bounce on the rhythm, bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say, you know me, I got no time to waste. Type of energy that can't be replaced, no debate. We could take it back to my place. I can turn around, let me show you how it tastes, yeah. A baller, mine on the dollar. Swallowing the bottle while you're smoking on gelato. Now do you need some of that noodle? Just tell me that you're coming through. Why can't we ever bounce? Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready,
Hello, Schmello. What's up, you? What's up, dude? Yo, Uchiha or love me in chat. Dude, I'm fucking honored to hear it, man. I'm glad that people can get into the game, find some information, you know, find some guides. That's just... Pokemon's come a long way, dude. I was responding to a comment earlier and even just talking about like price checking. Dude, people forget that. To be fair, I say just a few years ago in 2021 was 5 years ago, which is insane. God, it's been a long time. Holy fuck. But like 4 years ago, like 2022, right? Price checking was still not a widespread skill. I was talking about that in a comment, like someone was talking about it, and who remembers, we used to have a price checking channel in my Discord where people would go and post Pokemon to be like, hey, could you help me price check this? We would try to help price check as many people's Pokemon as possible. Now obviously we can't do that anymore because it's just too much. Dude, it was crazy though. Like, no, yeah, 2021 wasn't 5 years ago. No, it wasn't. You're lying, dude. It's fucked up. How you feeling, big dog? I'm okay. I think I'm on the upswing of the sickness. I think I've got, once again, at first it was like, at first me and Casey are both sick. At first, and it's, dude, physical sickness is not a big deal for me. I don't know. That's not, I feel like physical sickness is one of those things. It's at a certain point you get sick of being sick when it lasts so long. That's kind of annoying, but like, it's not gonna hold, you know, I don't know, it doesn't hold me back too much, I feel like. Hopefully it's whatever. God damn it, Lord Doctor. Yeah, but like price checking like was not a widespread skill. Like people didn't know how to price check for a long time, and nowadays like I feel like that's like common knowledge, or so many players are so much better at it, you know, type of thing. It's interesting. I've lost any time perception since 2020. You're spitting unbelievable facts that I don't like. Yup. That's what I mean, tasteful. Dude, he was using it as a beat drop. No, I was in chat. It was a good bit. Eboja's at work right now. She was talking about the emote, dude. It's a good bit. So funny. No, him using it as a beat drop, as like a fucking insert. It sounded fucking good as like an insert into the song. It was a good bit. Okay, let me we got a lot of stuff to cover today. Can Team Mister please stop getting shinies, dude? You're too good. Yeah, I think the cough is getting a little bit better. But like it's not that bad. Like it's not as raspy. It's getting better. I'm washed, bro. Me playing Overwatch be like, it's actually insane. Me playing Overwatch recently, and to be fair, I'm sick, so maybe that's why I'm brain delayed, but like me playing Overwatch recently has been the oldest I've felt in a long time. I literally feel like an 80-year-old man playing Overwatch, like once for like the first time in a long time. Like I know what I want to do, but I can't get my boomer hands to do it. It's actually like, oh, it's so crazy, dude. It feels so weird. It feels like my keyboard is covered in molasses, and my like mouse is on sand. It's so strange. Yeah, I've been playing Overwatch, dude. It's fun right now, I'm not gonna lie. I've been playing Overwatch with some friends recently. If you want to play, hop on, brother. Yeah, no, I think if I do slow down my speech, it might be good. That's one of those things. I like talking fast, but at the same time I almost wonder if slowing down my speech would be better for the stream and better for, you know, blah blah blah. Overwatch over TF2. I mean, TF2, it's hard to compare. TF2 is legendary. Like I no disrespect towards TF2. I love TF2. I put, you know, not a ton, but like 600 to 800 hours in TF2 before, you know, Overwatch was ever existed. I love TF2, man. It's hard to, obviously they are both like hero based, like class based shooters, but I don't know if I consider them the same. I don't know, man. Rival rivals. I never thought Overwatch was that toxic. Worst case scenario is like some Overwatch players are really dumb. I feel like Overwatch, but like same with like most of the like most Overwatch players aren't being toxic for like shock value, which is like what they do on like League, because they're, you know, they're just like kids usually. Overwatch is usually people just like copy pasting arguments in situations where they don't work, if that makes sense. Like Overwatch has a lot of people who like watch content creators and then copy and paste the same things the content creators they watch say in their Overwatch games. Bonk people. Scout is incredibly fun in TF2. I think overall Overwatch is fine. I don't think a lot of Overwatch players type. Like, honestly, I think Overwatch players are like mostly chill. Like I've almost that's on listening background entertainment. That's a dude. I do that. Okay, that's so based. I do that for me because I find it kind of funny. but I feel like if you're listening to, if you're only listening to the stream, no, yeah, I that's some genuine fucking feedback. Genuine good feedback is like liquid gold. Genuine feedback is so good. I can't stand hero shooters. I like them, but I get it. I get it. More power to you. They're inherently really hard to balance. Like maybe that's like the hero shooters are really weird to balance, I would argue. You sound somewhat sick, Pat. What do you mean? I've never played Concord. Nope. That cough is dry. You want to know the so doctor, I know it sounds dry. It's actually wet. What that sound is it's my like my juices moving around in my lungs. It's actually a wet cough. I know it sounds dry. You're right. It sounds dry. It's actually a wet cough. It's all them juices transferring from one branch to the other in my lungs. Anyways. Let's Mucinex. No, we did get me and my wife picked up. We didn't have any cough or cold medicine. We were gonna pick up Mucinex. I think we forgot. And then we picked up Dayquil and NyQuil. Okay, wait, I actually have a so wait, what's your guys' thoughts on Mucinex? I thought I saw and this is like I'm a man of science, okay, but I'm also I gotta, you know, put some it's like I'm a man of science, but I also don't want to trust everything I see on the internet, right? There was like one pharmacist, okay, who was like, yeah, Mucinex actually doesn't do anything. Here's the study that shows like there are certain products in like the medicine aisle that like some pharmacists say like just don't work at all. And Mucinex was one of the ones that pharmacist listed. Bro, I feel like Mucinex is one of the most effective medicines I've ever used anecdotally, but like maybe that's just in my head. I don't know, man. I feel like Mucinex is kind of goated, no? When are we starting? We're just yapping. We're talking about life, talking about sickness, talking about Mucinex, talking about science versus anecdotal experience, and when do you draw that line? Where do you know? Who do you believe? It's tough. It's a tough world out there, man. Anyways, what the fuck is Musex? Okay, that's where we start. I think that's the sign. Yeah, no, stuff like that. Yeah, no, it's crazy, Foof. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Anyways, okay. It's a tough world out there, man. We're in the era of like misinformation. I think we're all just trying our best to you know, earnestly and kindly figure it out, man. There's nothing. That's a human experience right there, brother. That's us all coming together, locking arms, kissing, taking Mucinex, whatever it takes, man. All right, okay. Are you guys ready? We can start the stream. And that's, yeah, I mean, it's a tough, like, bro, everyone's got a motive. What's the, you know, it's, I don't know. It's a tough thing, man. I'm sure there are some beautiful people out there who are just trying to make the cheapest medicine to help people, you know, but then I'm sure it's tough, man. I'm sure there's the opposite as well. It's a tough world, boys. We're just trying to live it together. We're just trying to all figure it out one step at a time. Bro, I feel like I've been Kate Kona the past few days. Am I letting my country accent? Not that I don't have a country accent, that's the joke. Get a little more Kate Kona, brother. I feel like, you know, anyways, okay. We can start the stream. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what I did the same exact thing, doctor. Anyways. Okay, we gotta get the Mucinex talk out of chat so we can start the stream. Call you live. Yo, what's up, man? Happy to have you. What's up? Mega Arya, what's up? Movie talk. I did watch an incredible movie in theaters last night that I do want to talk about. See ya in August. Brother! In August! is April. Hi, Energy. Hello. Happy to see you. Thank you for the 10 months, bro. It's been 10 months. Holy. Don't say beans on toast. I meant IRL. Ooh, oh my goodness. Secret memes, secret memes, secret memes. Holy. Holy. I didn't know. Oh my. I gotta hit the fucking gym, bro. I can't be flopping around like this. Anyways. Dude, I'm 100 to hear. It's hopefully been helpful, Mega. Okay. I'm off the goop today, boys. Anyways. Dude, turn music down a little bit. Okay. You guys ready? We're starting the stream in 3, 2. Alrighty, fellas, Sick Drowsty here for another PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of tips, tricks, information, news, discussion, everything PokeMMO happens here live on Twitch and YouTube Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. First things first, we have our news, our daily news to cover. Let me go ahead and pull that up really quick. Boom. And more importantly, we actually do have the Team Mr. Shiny War, the 10th ever Team Mr. Shiny War is currently live. There's 5 days left in it to do a 7-day war, so there's still plenty of time left in it. Team Arcanine is pretty aggressively in the lead right now at 85 points. Shuckle, though, has had a huge comeback, now being up to 51 points. And then Larvitar is over here at 39 points, but it is still anybody's game. Anybody can come back in events like this, with eggs being worth 12 points, and Team Arcanine having already gotten 2 egg shinies equaling 24 points. Like, if Shuckle or Larvitar were to get 2-3 eggs, they're back in the competition just like that, if not even overtaking first place. Now, what was crazy, I think it was Barrels who DM'd me, wanted me to shout this out. Team Mister has gotten 4 shiny Burmies from honey trees during this event. Look at this. 1 from congratulations. Essence, congratulations. Number 2, 3 from Pora, and then 4 from Ashori. 4 honey tree shinies, all of which being Burmy. That is incredibly rare and wacky and weird. It's one of those things, like, you'll never see something like this happen outside of like a shiny war. Like, this is just so shiny war makes it so that weird, crazy, shiny stuff happens. So many good people, so many shunners are shunting. It makes for craziness, dude. So congrats to Team Mister. Keep up the hard work. Next up, catch events. Still only 1 catch event scheduled. I think the staff are just taking a well-deserved, I love you PokeMMO staff, well-deserved break. The staff are the people who literally just, out of the goodness of their hearts, offer up their free time to host and moderate events for us. Like, there's no, like, it's literally just them just fucking giving their time, because it's for the love of the game. It is truly for the love of the game. But there is this not to catch event coming up at 6 p.m. on the 8th of April, Wednesday. That is today if you're watching the stream recap, tomorrow if you're watching the live stream. 6 p.m. ET on Wednesday. Over at the Ruins of Alph in Johto, you have 1 hour to catch Natu and Smeargles for +3 and -3. Nature bonuses are on screen. If you don't know about catch events, I have videos on my channel about catch events explained, and also how to increase your chances of winning a catch event and how to prepare for a catch event. If you don't know how I find out when catch events are coming up, they are over on the PokeMMO official events page on the forums. I've had a lot of people ask me that recently, like, where do I find out about events? It is over on the official PokeMMO forums under the official events page. There is a shiny Natu up for grabs, which is important because Xatu with Magic Bounce is a very relevant raid, PVM, and PvP Pokemon. So this thing does it all. This thing is used in many places in the game. Definitely keep an eye out. This is a really good chance to win a very pragmatic, very usable shiny Pokemon in PokeMMO from a free little fun event for 1 hour. Next up, since there's not many catch events scheduled, I might as well show off some of the PvP events. Even when there's not catch events, there are still PvP events basically every single day within PokeMMO, if not every other day at the worst case scenario. There is a NU PvP tournament coming up on the 10th of April, Friday at 9 a.m. ET. You have to sign up 15 minutes prior to the tournament. It's all done in game. If you don't know, if you go over to your PokeMMO game, you can go down to the PvP ball icon in the bottom right hand corner and click tournament sign up, and that will actually show you when the next PvP tournament is coming up. Or you can go ahead and click tournaments and just see a larger list. So this is the where is it? This is the NU tournament that this forum post is actually talking about. But even beyond this, you know, in-game thing in this tournament, there's a UU tournament today, there's an NU tournament tomorrow, there's a tournament 7th, 8th, 2 on the 9th, 1 on the 10th, 1 on the 12th, 13th, 14th, like there's a PvP tournament like every single day. It's really fucking impressive. One of the most under talked about parts of the Pokemon community, in my opinion. So there is a non-shiny up for grabs here. Is a 6x31 or whatever IVs you want. Gift Zoroark and 1,000 RP. One of the best ways for Iron Men to win free RP. Next up, now this is an OU tournament with 128 players, so a bigger tournament. 128 player OU tournament on the 12th of April 2026, a Sunday at 10 a.m. ET. Similar to that Zoroark tournament, but this one has a shiny Dragonite up for grabs. Shiny Dragonite, 3x31 in whatever IVs you want it to be, or three collectible IVs, 3x28 in the other IVs, 2 moves plus 1,300 RP and some extra RP for even getting up to like Iron Man. If you get top 8, the fact that you get 125 RP is like really relevant. So there's some events coming up in PokeMMO. Next up, our brand new segment that has only been happening. This is the second day. This is the second day I've ever done this. Welcome to the item market spotlight, the market check, boys. And yesterday's item, we covered an item that has gone up and up, the mysterious Great Ball 2023, and covering its complicated history and its past and things like that. Today we're covering the 1,000 RP voucher. I'm going to be covering all elements of the economy, things that go up, good investments, and things that have gone down and been bad investments over the past few years. It's really important whenever you're watching a content creator who covers a market. You can tell if someone has ulterior motives or a huge bias if they only cover things that go up or only cover things that go down. It's very important to remain neutral when discussing things like this and cover both. Okay, so here is the 1,000 RP voucher, and this is infamously an item that has gone down and down and down over the past few years. And to be honest with you, you can see, I've played Pokemon for over 11,000 hours. I consider myself to be a Pokemon expert in certain ways. Not in every field of the game. The game is too vast, right? But the economy, I feel pretty confident on. I can't tell you exactly why the 1,000 RP voucher has gone down. I can tell you certain reasons and certain contributors and elements, but it's such a complicated item. It's such a vast item that covers the entire market. I have a bunch of bullet points here I'm going to run through, but let's first cover the actual price history of this item. This item was 3 million Pokeyen back in October of 2022. September, October of 2022, this item was 3 million Pokeyen. This is the item that if people credit card swipe and they want to, buy Pokeyen, this is it. This is the item they buy and they sell. This is the item that players like myself, when they need an XP reamplifier or some ocarinas or any RP item, your average player, they buy these to redeem them to then buy your RP items. This cheaper usually to do so versus just buying the item outright, but it depends sometimes. But this is crazy. Look at this. 1,000 RP used to be 3 million Pokeyen, okay? And then in, what is this? January 2023, we see the event come out. They go up. So back then, this was, we saw the price of RP rise before the Halloween event. And then as soon as this is October 31st. October 31st, the Halloween event came out and the RP went down by 500K. Went down by 500K, but then the Lunar New Year event came out in 2023 and RP went up. That's why it's by a little bit, by like 200K. I always say, I don't recommend investing in RP prior to events. It is really hard to tell whether it will go up or down. It is such a coin flip. And then we see RP steadily decline a little bit, and then it becomes the summertime. I think this might have been the, is this 2023? This was not the anniversary event, but it was around that time. Summer 2023, RP was about 2.4 mil. And then it spiked here a little bit in August. Was this Shiny Wars 2023? I don't think so. Kind of just spiked here randomly, 2.5 mil or so. And here we see, what is this? November. This is the Halloween event 2023 right here. We see it spike. So last year, look at this. 2022, Halloween made the RP price go down. 2023, it went up a little bit, just a little bit. And that can usually depend on what the price of RP was prior to the event, as well as how good the vanities are and things like that during the event. But we literally have watched RP go from 3 mil to 2.5 to 2 mil in April of 2025. And now look at this, the last two big drops were it going from 2.2 mil all the way down to 1.7 mil after the Halloween event this past year. And what's really interesting here is look at this bottom number, the blue graph, the blue thing, right? Look at this. This is the amount of items in the market. Look how much this spiked here. This is I don't know if this is like people who either invested in or stocked up on 1000 RP or just whales credit card swiping a lot during the Halloween event. I don't know what this was. But here we see, like, you know, 100 RP voucher, you know, 100 items, 100 of each item. Normally there's about 100 to 200 1000 RP vouchers in the market, and for some reason there was 2500 during the last Halloween event. That is insane. I don't know if this was just whales credit card swiping or what. And it's crazy. And there's a lot of positives and negatives. You can look at an item going down and that can feel really bad. And we go to modern day where 1000 RP is now 1.4 mil, which is a really good thing for the average player, right? You know me, I love to complain about the current state of the Pokemon economy. And RP being cheap is weird, but it's also really good for the average PokeMMO player. RP being cheap for the average player means that Shiny Charms and RP are cheaper than ever. Shiny Charms, when RP was 3 mil, were 300k a piece. Nowadays, Shiny Charms are 140k, 150k. Like, that's really good for Shiny Hunters. There's a lot of things, a lot of positives and negatives. Let's go ahead and go through my little bullet points. So one of the things I listed, one of the negatives, but it also just kind of, it's like both sides, I guess. I think there are less viable money-making methods in PokeMMO, which leads to increasing frustration in some players, which leads to them credit card swiping out of frustration with the inability to make Pokeyen. However, swiping has also become less effective. Less IRL money buys you less Pokeyen these days than it used to, right? With RP at think about it, with RP at 3 mil, $10 buys you 3 million Pokeyen, right? With RP at 1.4 mil, $10 now buys you 1.4 mil. That's the easy math, right? Which is really, really interesting. Next up, I think you have, it's crazy how much like IRL economy affects the Pokemon economy, but economies always intertwine. I think tax season definitely encourages or allows some people to swipe as they get their returns, or vice versa if people have to pay, obviously. So I think tax season absolutely affects the RP vouchers in the Pokemon economy. And then as the overall market in PokeMMO deflates, as the cost of good IV Pokemon go down and the cost of goods and services go down, as Pokeyen becomes like over the past 1 or 2 years, we have seen the best Pokeyen you can make per hour go down. We've seen, to be fair, years before that we saw it go up. So like back in 2020, for reference, a little bit of history lesson, back in 2021, the best, or back in 2021 to 2023, let's say that 2-year period, 2021 to 2023, money making methods were making anywhere from 200 to 600k per hour. Like, I would say honestly, the best players were not making less than 300k. 300k was like the cutoff. 300k was the lowest money you would make back in like that era, because you could make such good money flipping and breeding for profit and junior running, etc, etc, etc. So 2021 to 2023, they upped the profits from, like, you know, 300k to 600k average profits for endgame player. And then I think since 2024 to 2026, the devs have been pushing to lower the economy and lessen the amount of Pokeyen players have access to, but that in turn also affects goods and services. So I think nowadays we've seen a good money making method nowadays doesn't need to make as much Pokeyen, but it's also kind of given us less viable methods, honestly, in my opinion. Unfortunately, that's a whole different discussion. We've talked about it a million times on this channel, but nowadays, I think payday pickup is back on the menu. Money-making methods that make about 120k, 150k per hour, in my opinion, are now worth doing again. And right now, I think the best players are making about 200 to 300k per hour. We're not seeing there are some methods you can do, obviously, but we're not seeing the 400k plus methods anymore as often as we were back in the day. But it also makes sense because Pokeyen are cheaper. You can buy Pokemon for cheaper. You can buy things you need less Pokeyen than you used to, but you're getting less Pokeyen, if that makes sense. So as the overall market deflates and the cost of services and goods go down alongside the average Pokeyen made per hour, the cost of RP, all this is the cost of RP must also go down because people have less expendable Pokeyen. Does that all make sense? That was a lot of yapping, I know, for one item market check, but that is, I think RP is one of the most vast and market impacting items. So hopefully that taught some people something. And also, I'm just sharing my opinions and my thoughts. I'm no economist. I'm not, you know, formally educated or trained, so please feel free to disagree respectfully. Your guess is as good as mine at the end of the day. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our achievement. One more piece of news, actually. One more piece of news, and then the achievement showcase. There is a fashion contest coming up, a casual fashion contest coming up this Thursday, April 9th at 12 p.m. ET. Come over to Sell It on City Channel 3, flex your drip, flex your stuff, and you can win some shiny charms, just random little trinkets here and there as I give out little prizes to people who I like their drip. It's a really casual, fun event. I might not be able to get to everybody, but I will at least judge outfits for at least 1 hour. I gotta pause there. Woo! That RP yapping. Oh my, that was more than I expected, boys. Holy. What's chat up to? There's a PokeMMO official Discord and then my Discord. Yes. Dude, good for you, Jamie. I respect that, man. Dude, I respect that. Good for you, man. Good for you, dude. I think it's good to play the game in a way that adjust however you need. You know, I respect and just be honest about your rules. You know, that's a cool rule set. Good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. Dude, today, once we get to actually playing the game, like, a big part of today's stream is me trying to solve. I have a Pokeyen problem on the Ironman account. Like, I cannot earn enough yen. I can't do my breeds. I can't do my berry farming. I can't do the things that I need to do because I don't have enough Pokeyen, which is so crazy. It's so much, man. Okay. What I miss in chat. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, Hero. It does, maybe people are, I'm not sure. It's hard. I would probably say yes a little bit, but yeah, the Halloween one is really, I'm glad Xanarchy, like, that is unprecedented. Like, that is so insane. Yeah, GW Tree. Like, it's a good thing that shiny charms are cheap, you know? Dude, what's up, White Knight? Happy to have you, man. I love the Iron Man, dude. Ditto boxes. I think that is honestly, my take on the economy keeps adapting and keeps growing as it should, hopefully. Honestly, my biggest position, I don't love the two biggest problems, and sorry to do this, but I will move on to this because we're talking about, you know, it's relevant, right? I think the two biggest problems in the Pokemon economy right now are lack of viable money making methods, and I've talked about how to solve that a billion times. And then number two, I think it is, I don't mind for the most part Pokemon being cheaper and then making less Pokeyen per hour, but then everything being cheaper. That's mostly fine. The problem, like, that should be fine in theory. The problem is that number one, it's not allowing for as many viable money making methods. That's the main problem. And then number two, the biggest, which all my shiny hunters know, the biggest problem is that the divide for egg shunting has become wider, and that's not okay. Like, it's fine if we all are making less Pokeyen per hour and everything becomes cheaper. That's kind of fine. That's the market moving together. But us all making less Pokeyen per hour and then ditto boxes going up in price and egg shunting becoming more expensive, I don't want egg shunting to become a pay to win method. Like, that sucks. Egg shunting is a very, I used to really, you know, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's really tough. Yeah, there's a lot of elements. Once again, it's very, very complicated. We really have a deflation. We have a deflation problem in PokeMMO. I'm honored. Yo, what's up, Mason? I'm honored you want the storyline runs uncut. I don't know if I have that footage. I'm honored you want them. I don't have it, unfortunately. Now I could stream a what's it called, a storyline run sometime for like a challenge. Well, I'm sure that'll happen at some point in the future. XP Amplifier is not the same as XP Share. I talked about the XP Amplifier a ton in my recent XP Trading Guide. Just put out a new XP Trading Guide for 2026, and one of the biggest like things I talked about in that video is the XP Amplifier and how it's gotten buffed, and it's kind of changed XP trading in PokeMMO, you know. Videos, man. Dude, I am honored that people want to watch them, Corn. Thank you for watching, dude. I just love this game. You know, I grew up playing this game with there was no guides, and it sucked because like I saw so many players start this game and quit and move on because there was no guides. They couldn't learn. They couldn't, you know, know what to do. If I can help people stick around and enjoy this beautiful game, break through that barrier, that wall, you know, that's all I want to do, man. It's an honor to have you. Shunning, not payday pickup on the docket, which could be shunting a little bit. Thank you, Colson, for 13 months, dude. What the fuck? Thank you, man. I don't think Iron Men are affecting. I think anyone blaming Iron Man on the economy is kind of funny. Not to like dismiss the idea too much. I don't think there's enough Iron Men. Like Iron Men. When a main account player goes from playing a main account to an Iron Man account, they are taking away a supplier and a demander from the economy. It's net neutral. It's not like a net negative to the economy. The only thing you could argue is that it slows down sales, which is probably, you know, but if the system, economies are systems of scale. The scale should not matter. Like if an economy has 100 active people in it, the downside is that things sell slower, but the economy still works. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter if an economy has 100, 1,000, 10,000. It doesn't matter how many people. It'll be 100 suppliers and demanders, 1,000 suppliers and demand. You know, the system needs to work. Type beat. Anyways, you should dismiss it completely. I don't want to dismiss anything completely, but it's important. Yeah, when someone becomes an Iron Man, how do I like? It's like, okay, imagine in the real world, right? No, yeah, no, Sim, you're perfect, Sim, you're perfect. Imagine if someone in the, I have the luxury to sit in my home and think about this, which is fucking like, I have the luxury to sit in my home and think about PokeMMO all day to hopefully answer these questions, like, you know. So I appreciate, no, you guys are asking good questions. Imagine if someone like went from like being a citizen in the economy, they pay taxes, they, you know, they get, you know, certain things, they buy, they sell, like, you know, and then all of a sudden they go off grid and they, like, you know, blah blah blah, like that. When that person leaves the economy, they're taking away a demander and a supplier, right? They're not just you guys don't need to fight. You guys are, it's not a big, you know, don't worry, it's not a big deal. Just be nice is all we got to do at the end of the day. It's net neutral to the economy. It's not like hurting the economy. That's like a myth. It's kind of like people love to blame other people, you know. It's why we often see this shouldn't be political. We often see poor people and immigrants, or, you know, get blamed for the economy, when often it's a system. Like, the system needs to be adjusted. Like a system, the system needs to equate for anything that could happen, and it does, you know. It usually does. It doesn't matter. So Sim, it wouldn't matter if do you see what even if half the game was Iron Man, Sim, it wouldn't matter. Does that make sense? Yeah, no, Sim, it's a good question. Don't let, you're fine. I would bet you less than 1% of the player base is Iron Man. Like, far less than. I would bet you less than 1,000 players are an Iron Man account, right? But it's let people learn, let people ask questions. Even if half the game was Iron Man, that just means that half of the game there's less suppliers and demanders, which is net neutral, right? Yeah, I agree, Hero. Yeah. You're fucking perfect, Sim. I want people to feel free to ask questions. Let's try to be nice as possible. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. It bothers me when people act so confident on something or whatever, but that's not what. Yeah, we're fine. We guys are good. No worries, man. I want to be better about that. I feel like the human experience. I dream all the time. The human experience is learning something too. We're all guilty of this. No, hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I got you, Hero. The human experience is learning something 2 weeks ago and then when you find out someone else doesn't know it, you're like, are you serious? You really don't know this? And then 3 months later being like, oh my god, why was I so cringe? Let people learn, you know, like that's the honest like human experience. It reminds me a lot of like the alt account situation. People love to blame people who are playing alt accounts on the state of the Pokemon economy. That would be the equivalent of blaming someone for working 2 jobs on inflation. Like that, or it's a like, and I understand if you're asking questions or you're just like curious, valid, but man, it really makes me sad when someone like flames someone for playing multiple accounts, because it is the equivalent of like a single mom or anybody, and you don't have to be any person who wants to work 2 jobs. You should be able to, you know. No, someone working 2 jobs is not at fault for inflation. Like that needs to be accommodated for by the system, and it is. There's other elements. It's just we love to play the blame game and blame other people around us as opposed to focusing on the real problems. It's a true part of the human experience. Yeah, no, you were perfect, Sim. Delay was Bobby. Yeah, super fair, dude. The delay makes it like, it's crazy. Like, dude, all streams used to have like, who remembers this? Every stream used to have like a 15-second delay. It was like the smallest delay people had. It's actually crazy. And that's changed a lot. Now the delay nowadays, like it's gotten really low on streams, which is really cool. Like back when I first started streaming, the minimum delay was 15 seconds. Was more with the solo account. Which accounts were more upgradable? Can you so I feel like do you explain what you mean by that, Xanarchy? I'm like interested. Okay, it's Mr. Granola. Look at this. Wait, speaking of staff members, wait, this is literally Mr. Granola. This is the guy hosting the upcoming catch event. Look at this. He's literally over here doing his Jimmy run like a fucking Giga Chad, bro. Dude, shout out Mr. One of the nicest. When this guy became a community manager, he literally messaged me. He messaged me on my main account and was like, hey, nice to meet you. I just became a PokeMMO staff member. I just wanted to like reach out and say hi. Like, one of the kindest things I've ever seen. Dude, super kind guy. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. I unfortunately, dude, I really miss shunting. Watching my wife shiny hunt for the Team Mr. War has like re-sparked. I really want to shiny hunt, but I haven't had time to recently, unfortunately. All right, let me get back to the achievement showcase. Okay. All right, fellas, but back to the achievement showcase. What do we have today? This is the achievement showcase where I show off your guys' achievements. You can post your achievements in the achievements showcase in my Discord. And if you want to flex your own achievements and see what other people are achieving today in PokeMMO. So we got Taters, who got himself a shiny Arcanine. Quick, clean, beautiful achievement. Beautiful shiny that a lot of people love. Congratulations to you, Taters. Next up, we got Nakaru, who got himself a catch event prize. He won a shiny Snubble from a catch event with 85 hours. Look at this newer player, bro. Started this account on March 19th. Started his account on March 19th and won a catch event. That is so fucking sick, man. Within 1 month. Congratulations to you, Nakaru. It's a really cool thing to do. It's a really cool prize to win so early on. Next up, Inari, the roller coaster. He said he got hacked at midnight. Check your accounts, guys. Stay safe. Got his account hacked at midnight. Got his account back. Logged on PokeMMO. Got Raikou after 4,000 encounters. And then got a secret shiny Zubat. Going from hacked to legendary to secret shiny is a crazy roller coaster of emotions. Congrats to this guy. You love to see it, man. You love to see the RNG even out in a weird way. Congratulations to Inari. Speaking of RNG evening out, this guy Jameson went on a bit of a wet streak after going or not even after going dry. Wait, I labeled this RNG evened out. RNG didn't even out here. This guy is just a lucky duck. Congratulations to you, Jameson. Dawn Fan at 15,000 encounters. Graveler at 9,000 encounters. Milt, I think he might have had a shiny hunt prior to that Dawn Fan that was super dry. I think I cut it out of the screenshot on accident. So let me know, Jameson, in the comments. I think he got like a 150 or 130k dry shunt before all this wet streaks, but I could be wrong. Miltank, 0 phase. Miltank, an amazing shiny. I love shiny Miltank. Shiny Miltank, fun fact, was the first shiny that I shiny hunted as soon as Johto released. I was so excited for a Time Swipe Miltank Horde spot. Miltank at 5,000 encounters, Geodude at 1,000 encounters, Seeking at 7,700 encounters, and then another Donphan at 900 encounters. What a wet streak from Jameson. Congratulations, dude. Next up, Jast from Team Crow had an insane month shiny hunting, phased a Woobat at the start of March, phased a shiny Fearow, and then got a Bayleaf. Single encounter, I assume. Yeah, it looks like single encounter, wild shiny Bayleaf before finding his Raikou. He went to Petalburg Woods for a little bit and hit a shiny Slackoth. Dude, also that's back-to-back rares. Wild encounter, but single encounter. Bayleaf into Slackoff is crazy. And honestly, what stood out a lot to me, I thought was really cool. This is actually an insane month of shiny hunting, because everything is so, even like the common shinies have unique stories. He got the Gyarados at Lake of Rage. That's very fucking cool. I kind of love purposefully going for locational shinies like that. Lake of Rage Gyarados, and then look at this. He got the shiny Snover at midnight on at midnight. Yeah, that's it. At midnight. I don't think I was reading it right. Yeah. Got the shiny Snover at midnight, dude. Congratulations. That is a really cool month of shiny hunting from Jast from Team Crow, man. Congratulations. And then next up, Bellsprout from Team Uxie just finished the in-house Team Uxie shiny war, and I pulled 0 points. Dude, I have done so many shiny wars. I get that feeling. It feels so defeating to shiny hunt 16 hours a day and get nothing over an entire war. I think I've done it 2 or 3 times. Damn, that shit hurts. At least he ended up getting a shiny starter, his first shiny starter, a Piplup, right after the war ended. It's fucked up that hopefully your team still won or something like that. It's fucked up that it happened right as the war ended. But hey, man, congratulations still. A shiny Piplup is very, very cool, man. Congratulations, Bellsprout. Always sharing his achievements over in the achievement showcase. I see your name all the time in game, dude. Keep the grinds up. It shows, man. It shows. Okay, and then next up, we talked about this when it happened live, but this is genuinely one of the most amazing Iron Man shinies we've seen in the game so far. This might actually be the rarest Iron Man shiny that currently exists in the game. That's an insane sentence, but I think it might be true. Unless there's an Iron Man Shalfa that I don't know about. Iron Sega got a shiny Kabuto while just trying to clear out his Dittos, as you have to do on the Iron Man account. This is insane. Also, like 9,000 encounters. Like that's a lot of eggs and stuff, man. You know, like this is really impressive, man. A shiny Kabuto on an Iron Man account. Also, I love the name. Iron Sega is such a sick name. This is easily the only shiny Kabuto on an Iron Man account, easily. And on top of that, it's one of maybe, I only know of like 1 or 2 other egg shinies. There's a shiny Skitty that someone has from an egg, and maybe one more. I think that this is one of literally 3 egg shinies on the entire server, give or take, 3 or so. A few. This is insane. This is one of literally like 3 egg shinies on the entire server on an Iron Man account. This will probably be the only shiny Kabuto on an Iron Man account for saved question mark saved. Are we saved? We're fucking saved, dude. Who gives a damn about a crash where we're literally saved? Refresh if you need to. Refresh. It's saved. Hog. Easiest save of my entire life, dude. Call me the goalie for DC United. I don't know any other soccer teams. Easiest save of my life. Easiest save, dude. It was Rumel. Bro, I have heard rumors. Rumel's been DDoSing the other Shiny War participants. True and real, bro. You heard it here first. Actually, fact. Not a rumor, guys. He's even been so far as to DDoS himself. It's crazy, man. Crazy stuff. All right. No, it's Eboja. That's why I'm crashing, and she's using all my bandwidth to DDoS others. True. Leads with a joke. Okay. True, Choco. Fuck. Okay, based. Okay. Dude, that now that I believe, Rumel. She's also in. She's at the office today, so she's not on the same internet as me. Yeah, I heard big rumors, man. Big drama, super. I know I just got back. I need to blow my nose, chat. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. And we'll start our little. We have some pretty decently big Iron Man stuff today. And by big, to be fair, I mostly just mean like focus, like switching our game plan up. Okay. Alrighty, fellas, I'm actually recording a rare Iron Man clip because I am changing up our game plan today. Today is Jimmy Run number 110. I want to just hard focus Pokeyen for a little bit. Today is going to be Jimmy Run, Trainer Rerun, and then eventually Payday Pickuping. I am just hard focusing on pure yen today. I'm sick of the Pokeyen problem. I'm sick of being a broke little boy. Okay, it fucking sucks. Recently, I've been doing a Jimmy Run into like breeding or into berry farming, and like when I do that, I'm just constantly sustaining. I'm never actually gaining Pokeyen, and it's driving me crazy. So I'd like to develop a stack and then move into sustaining from there and have a healthy stack on hand if I need it for emergencies. Let's develop that nesting pod. So today is going to be full Pokeyen focus. I just want the shmoney. Woo! We're beefing with Mr. War. I'm so fuck. That's I didn't think about that, to be fair. That is fucked up. I'm so sorry. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, Clue. Shit. That is kind of fucked up. That is kind of fucked up. Make a red refight team. Oh shit. Okay, wait, something also huge Iron Man change / news. I actually also need to do my Ho-Oh fight today. I recently realized that doing the Ho-Oh fight every week, I didn't care about it before because I don't really care about getting the legendaries anymore. The Roman legendaries don't matter as much. Doing the Ho-Oh fight to get the legendary lures is actually good shiny war prep on the Iron Man account because it gives me an 8% chance to encounter lore exclusive species, which allows me to get rarer shinies, right? While single encountering a higher chance in that 50% encounter rate. So hilariously, doing the Ho-Oh fight is really good shiny war prep. Not something that I didn't even plan for that. I didn't even realize that. It took me a long time to realize that and remember that. As well, I'm going to start doing that, I think, from now on. Or try to. There's so much to do, man. To unlock things like plants, berries, to unlock more plots. Yeah. Oh, yes. I love something like that. Let me do a clip on that, Zan. One sec. Okay. With the red refight though, eventually I should do it, Captain Gray, but it's one of those, you know, I also should max out my Roth IRA every year. You know, you should get a big booty Latina girlfriend. There's just, things take time. You know, I would love to get a red refight team. I'm gonna try my best, but it's a difficult world we live in, you know. Khaki, thank you for the 13 months, brother. Thank you. Fair. I respect that response. Thank you. Know, you're right. I should build a red refight team, and we'll see if I can. You know, we're moving closer, but there's just so much to do, man. It's tough, you know. Okay. I love this point mentioned by Xanarchy. Xanarchy was talking earlier about how when Xanarchy's an endgame player and a massive member of the Pokemon community, he was talking about how he wishes there was more ways to unlock and like progress your account, right? The main way you progress your account in PokeMMO is by building Pokemon right now, building Pokemon, getting items, and getting Pokeyen. Those are probably maybe like vanities. Those are the main ways they'll boil down, right? Xanarchy says, what if you could do things like doing quests to unlock certain things? Or once you plant like 1,000 berries in total, or even like harvest like 10,000 berries, what if that unlocked more berry plots? Or let's say you beat a Jimmy Run 50 times and that upgrades its difficulty of the Jimmy Run and its payout of Pokeyen. I think there's so many ways that PokeMMO could extend and progress allow for more. I couldn't agree more. Like the more there's so many. I think progression in an MMO is so important, and there are. PokeMMO right now is more of a sandbox game, which I love in a way. It's more of a sandbox game than an MMO, I would probably argue, honestly, weirdly, because there is less of that traditional progression of like going from this gear to this gear to this gear to this gear, right? It's more of the Minecraft style of like, once you beat all 5 regions and gain access to enough things, well, now you're just kind of at a neutral playing ground of like, okay, let's go build this cobbled castle. Let's go build this greenhouse with all the glass I farmed from sand. Like, you know, it's kind of the same thing in PokeMMO where like, you just kind of catch Pokemon, build competitive Pokemon, build PvP Pokemon, whether you play PvP or not, you know, build raid Pokemon. You do all these fun things, but, and I love that. I think it would be nice to have better progression or more progression and more elements of the game and more a trainer level. This is like, I think Pokeforce plans to do this. The idea of a trainer level is really cool, man. And not to, once again, not to be that guy who sits here, and I'm not trying to complain about the game, you know, I can't really affect this, but it's fun to talk about hopeful stuff or like cool things that could be added to the game every so often. I don't want to take on this and dwell on this every kind of day sort of thing. I want to, you know, escape that mentality, but I think it could be, it's just a cool, cute, wholesome, fun idea, you know? Yeah, I'm excited for Pokeforce, man. I'm excited for Pokeforce, dude. I would love more account progression, like hardcore account progression like that. More layers and levels. We do not, Vix. We do not, man. I wish we did. They talked about, now, Vix, the last thing we heard was, yeah. I tried to suggest things like that, you know, Spudin. The last thing... I honestly want to rewatch my Poke Scrolls video, which sounds so arrogant. I never rewatch my own videos. One of the videos I'm the most proud of, though, is it was an alpha pincer spawn. Fuck. My Poke Scrolls video, I'm like very, very happy with. I feel like my Poke Scrolls video has aged very well. Not to, you know, not everything does, but I want to rewatch that. I found YouTuber sick. I'm still pretty sick. Watching my videos. I think people should be a little ashamed. That's kind of insane, but it depends. Sometimes I watch my own videos like a guide. I never want to watch my own videos if I can avoid it. But I think the Poke Scrolls video is like actually like an interesting. And I forget all the ideas. You sound better. That's good. I'm still pretty like raspy and sound rough, but I'm better. I think a little bit. I'm coughing a lot less. A lot less. Well, you're strappy for the Natu event. I'll have to run some calculations. I honestly, there's a chance that I'm trying to think. There's a chance that I can't do the Natu event tomorrow, but maybe I can. Maybe it's fine. I'll have to see. That's okay. That's good. Vilts. That's a good Vix. It's just Vix. Don't add in an L. That's good to hear. Okay, that's good. What do you think is the next thing that I'll focus on after Linters or in 6-star raids? I don't. I think just focusing on. I don't know. That's a good question, but kind of a tough one. And kind of. I think the devs right now are focusing on raids, focusing on PVM, focusing on, you know, hopefully permanent raids, and then after that is after that. I'm not. That's so far in the future. I don't want to worry about it too much. You know. The problem is that it's hard. Like, I think players of PokeMMO just vastly misunderstand how difficult it is to run PokeMMO hack. People have tried that hack, and that's how we got, like, not to, for my, like, so there's a reason why other Pokemon MMOs haven't succeeded. Look at like Poke1, look at Pro, and I respect those. I'm not trying to like slight those games too much, but like they haven't found the success that PokeMMO has, and they tried they try to copy Pokemon but also be their own game in certain ways. I think, in my opinion, obviously. I think it's very hard hack. They have to code. It's not. People think that because PokeMMO uses the ROMs, it's like copy paste drag and drop. No, bro, they have to fucking code everything from scratch, dog. Like, it's still like an insane, like, Look at Pokeforce. Like, Pokeforce is coding their own battle system from scratch and going through like insane problems. Now, if you're a developer, if you develop games and I'm totally wrong, let me know. 'Cause I'm not a developer either, but I'm just trying to assume the most logically likely thing, right? There's usually a reason why something is the case. If you ever asked, like, man, why doesn't the US government just print more money? It will solve all economy problems. There's probably a reason, you know, like, it's one of those things. Like, it's good to be aware of what you might, but it's hard. It's hard. How do you know what you don't know, right? I think that's a skill in its own right, is to like be aware, to logically deduce, hey, there's probably something that I don't understand here. Maybe I'm just not, I don't know, maybe I'm not skeptical or cynical enough. That's like I don't know, you know? Reference it? Yeah, I feel like people talk as if Pro is like the second best Pokemon MMO, which is kind of crazy to me. I really do not enjoy Pro personally. No, like, if you enjoy it, hell yeah. It would be easier if it were. Yeah, that's fair. And I appreciate, hopefully I'm not saying it's all put it from scratch, because that's definitely not true either. I appreciate that you catch me on that, 'cause I think some people might walk away with that sentiment. I don't want to come off like that. Great point. Like, I'm sure PokeMMO, they have to like intertwine so much. I'm sure it's a lot of complicated stuff that is out of my depth. I know Pokeforce, for example, is coding a lot of stuff from scratch. Pokeforce is coding, not everything, even, you know, Pokeforce is coding like their whole battle system and stuff like that. Like, it's fucking hard, man. I think a lot of gamers, I've talked about this. I think gamer Karens are on the rise, man, and nobody likes to call it what it is. There are a lot of gamer Karens who critique devs being the service workers, right? The waitresses, the waiters, and gamers are becoming like Karens at restaurants, being like, I just don't understand. Why can't you just substitute this side for this steak meal, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're becoming what you hate, brother. You're becoming a Karen. You don't see this? You don't see, like, gamer Karens are on the rise, and we need to call it as we see it and let our gamer brethrens know, like, dude, you're kind of being a Karen, you know? Yeah, like, and critique is, don't get me wrong, critique is good. Critique is welcome. There's a difference between someone at a restaurant being like, hey, I enjoyed my meal a fair bit, but respectfully, I do think my steak was really oversalted. Maybe that's just a me thing, so I apologize if other guests seem to enjoy it, but maybe, you know, check in with your other guests and see how they feel. There was like a crust of salt conglomerate found on the bottom of my fillet. You know, maybe that's something to look into. The seasoning wasn't spread enough, or like that. You can leave a critique, right? Critique is awesome. Genuine critique is liquid gold, right? But there's a reason why Karen became a term, because usually people aren't, you know, telling their restaurants, you know, hey, here's like a, you know, they're usually being like, I can't, what gives you the right? I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know, it's so, yeah. Absolutely. Complaining in a non-productive or critical way helps nobody, aside from lashing out your own emotions. We're all human. We're all guilty of that. How many times on a stream do I vent, right? I guess venting's the right word for that, right? Like, that's totally fair. I'm not trying to, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place for like pretty much any discussion. It's all about finding that right time and that right place, you know? And that's hard sometimes. A problem that I run into managing, not that I do a whole lot, but managing my Discord, right? And like, this is a good example of like, these aren't bad people. These aren't people like, you know, doing that crazy things. Sometimes I'll find that like there are some young men in my Discord who act like my Discord, they behave and they'll talk as if my Discord is like their private Discord with friends, and they'll make certain jokes or say certain things that like you can't say in a public Discord with 50,000 people in it, right? You know what I mean? Like, you can't talk in a public Discord with 50,000 people the same way that you would talk in a private Discord with 20 of your buddies. Like, that's a different environment. You gotta behave. And like a lot of people, myself, I'm still getting used to that. I'm really bad at that, you know. You've got to realize there's so many people. You gotta factor that. It's tough, you know. Dude, what's up, Dwan? How you doing, man? I wonder if some other team could remake the like an X dev, try to compete things. That'd be kind of fucked up though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be like super fucked up, like stealing code? Like, I wouldn't want to see that hacked, but obviously, I don't know. That feels fucked up. Simple games is awesome. Yes, dude. I honestly, and I'll speak for myself, Hayden. I've never tried to, I mean, to be fair, I've tried, but I've always like not gotten past the step 0, you know. I need to try to make a game. I love that. Like every gamer who plays games, you should try to make a game. It's just, even if you're like recreating Pong, you know, like maybe that's what I got to do, you know. Like I think I should try to create some game. This great area. I doubt they could sue hack, to be fair, but it would probably just be like shitty, you know. That's, I get what you're saying. Well, okay. Is Pokemon the longest running MMO? I don't think it is, dude. There were games before Pokemon, like Pokemon Planet and stuff. Is saying PokeMMO is a breeding simulator is a valid, in my opinion, it ain't. I mean, any valid... What's considered a valid criticism is probably opinion. Like, I would say that's an invalid critique, but a fair feeling. Does that make sense? Like, if someone said, I feel like PokeMMO is a breeding simulator, that's your feeling. That's awesome. That's so valid. Calling it a breeding simulator kind of makes, even this could be like, it's opinionated, you know. In my opinion, which you could disagree with, I would call that an invalid critique, because breeding consumes Pokemon in PokeMMO, right? And traditional Pokemon, in comparison, and traditional Pokemon, or in what we called bike MMO prior to PokeMMO changing the breeding system, before breeding consumed Pokemon, that was a breeding simulator, you know, where like we would get 6 eggs or 5 eggs and head over to Bike Road in Kanto and run up and down, and that was like 30% of the game, you know. That was a lot of the game, because IVs would roll differently and it was all random. Like, the game used to be a breeding simulator, you know. Yeah, no, fuck, that's a funny, yeah, no, it's a good example of like what is a valid critique. Like, and that's in my opinion, even if it's an opinion, like in my opinion, I wouldn't call that a very valid critique. I think it's, you know, there's not a whole lot of logic to back it up, but like, who's to say it's, I don't know, that's a persuasive argument, you know. It's not really objective, in my opinion, but even though it almost is, you know, but it's all about like what the objective is, I guess. Dude, congratulations, Legacy Bear. Do you want to, you're an Iron Man. If you're a beginner and an Iron Man, I would probably make a water spout Blastoise for PVM, right? Good luck to you, man. So I would do like modest, I'll watch your YouTube videos. It's fun. Like, I even curse in my YouTube videos a fair bit. I have a mouth of a sailor. For me, like, even growing up, like, cursing wasn't something that was bad in my household. My whole house kind of cursed and yelled and screamed. Cursing, now there were a few words. It's funny, like, we could pretty much say whatever curse. Like, I could say fuck every other sentence. My mom didn't really, like, she didn't love it, but she didn't mind a whole lot. She didn't really care, I guess. But I could never say like the C word, or like growing with a single mom, it was like words that disparaged women. The C word and the P word, she fucking hated. Like, those were words, like if I said those, I was getting fucking bopped. Everything like that. Those were the 2 words that were off the menu. Everything else was, and like, not slurs for the most. Well, to be fair, I'm a person of, I always say, like, I'm not a person who tries to rewrite history. It wasn't good, but back in my day, we were slinging around the F slur like it was candy, and it's not good. And looking back, I do think almost anybody who said that back then, I shouldn't say, there were obviously a lot of hateful people, to be fair, and still are, but most teenagers saying that were not doing it out of hatred. Like do we all know the South Park episode? I think that like was the best. Careful now, Pat. I'm not a man of, I don't know, I've always been honest. I don't know how to be anything else. I've always been honest about that. It's not good. People do bad things. I've always been, if that is like shocking to you, I don't know what to tell you, you know? People used to say the F, like that was just commonplace for pretty much every person back then. We said the F slur all the time, and I look back now and it's like, damn, I wish I didn't do that. I feel bad for all the people that I must have hurt along the way. I wish I used a different word, you know? But it's one of the, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, if you're one of those people, yeah, there's a like what's more cringy to me is people who said stuff like that who now act like, yeah, mightier. Yeah. I want to start lying. No, it's not really my my MO. Thank you for the suggestion though. I'm not very good at it. You shouldn't. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. We don't need to lie. I hate this era of the internet where everybody feels like they need to lie about that they're a perfect little golden child. Dude, I've lived a crazy life. Like, I've lived a crazy life and I've done crazy things, you know? That's what happens. It's only people who have either done worse things and regret it so much they like bury it deep down, and that's what they're like, dude, you can't say blah blah blah. Or it's people who grew up very privileged and lived a very like clean life with like loving parents, which is beautiful, right? But you can't judge someone. Nothing makes me more disgusted than someone who grew up with all the privileges judging someone who grew up in poverty, in at-risk programs, for having a rougher, like, fuck you. I'm respectfully like, oh, I clicked the wrong button there. Whoops. Nothing makes me more disgusted. I can't stand that stuff. It's so cringe. Yeah. No, you're not saying that at all, Hack. Sorry if I'm. You're not saying that at all, dude. Being a delinquent kid has perks. I've been very open about that. I was a delinquent kid. Yeah, but sometimes people who like don't watch my streams are like, what? And it's like, dude, I talk about this like every stream. Like, not every stream. So it's like, that's cringe, but yeah, like I had a pretty crazy upbringing. What are we talking about? Everything and anything. What's up, Shakespeare? I think this current era of the world has lost accountability, and it sucks because what happened, like, it sucks. People are so afraid to admit any wrongdoing that they're so defensive. They're so scared. It's okay to say you fucked up and made a big, you know, it happens. And then you can't crucify someone for doing it. It's only people who like are actively being hurtful to others do we need to like sit down and be like, you got to stop hurting people, bro. What are you doing? You know? You have your college degree, brother. I was a high school dropout. Like I lived a crazy life, man. I was an evil kid, man. Yeah. Like I come from fucking rough beginnings. I'm not ashamed of that. I think anybody who wants to judge me for that is someone that I'm probably not interested in impressing or interested in their opinion. You sound sick, Poppy. Thank you. I would love to do food dresser. It's amazing. There is a big, for sure. There is a big difference between like my videos and my streams, and often because my videos are like, imagine if like my videos are when I'm in like teacher mode. It's often like they're guides, right? My videos are like your teacher wouldn't go to school and like trauma dump to their kids. But you know that'd be wildly unprofessional, right? It's just that difference, right? What I miss. In past chat, OMG. Fuck, oh wait, you guys two buddies caught. Discharge does nothing here. One sec. Let me kind of fuck this, but that's fine. Domestic. Oh my god, yeah. I don't understand. Yeah, absolutely. Weirdly. Yeah, fair. God damn it. I think I had multiple. Okay, fuck. You're not right, but that's not good. But yes, like that's that is really funny that like you wouldn't have a teacher come and trauma dump to you during a lesson. Actually, streamer, we had that. Yeah, multiple times. That is true. False. Yeah, fuck. False. The Dwight Schrute. False, actually. I had multiple teachers trauma dump. Not really. Shinies being sold are mostly used for breeders. Hacked. Good question, though. It's a good question to double check on. Yeah, I don't know, man. I hate nothing more than someone who judges someone. Because, like, dude, talk about, like, life is, especially when you're young, the most RNG stuff happens when you're young. And there's only so much you can do. We are products of our circumstances, and sometimes people are lucky enough to rise above. And I consider myself to be one of those lucky enough people, dude. I had a lot of crazy fucking things happen to me growing up, man. I've talked about that a little bit. I try not to. I don't like trauma dumping. I don't like trauma dumping, and I don't like garnering pity. That's a huge one. I don't like sharing certain things that will cause people to view me in a certain light just because of like a bad thing happened to me. I don't like that at all. So I try to avoid that where possible. But also it's important for those experiencing similar situations. I try to be an advocate of like, if you're a kid and you're in an abusive household or in a shitty situation, like it'll get better. If your life sucks as a kid, it usually gets better when you're an adult, in my opinion. Not always, but you have a pretty damn good chance. Her brand new iPad. Fuck, that's pretty. That would make me cry too, to be fair, Hack. What else I miss? I like when you trauma dump. It makes me feel parasocial. There we go. Now we're talking. Giga Chad. I felt bad for the Peakton High School crowd. Yeah, like you truly, yeah. I don't know how common that actually is. I'm not sure, but yeah, that'd be really fucking sad if that's, you know. You almost can't even like. You're kind of just on a path sometimes. Like I don't know. I look back at my life growing up and like everything. Like there's no way. Looking back, like maybe someone stronger than I could have, like looking back, I'm just like, there's no fucking way that anything could have been different. Like everything had to have happened the exact way it did, you know? Part of the way, yeah, that's gotcha. I feel pretty fortunate. I didn't, maybe it was because I was big, to be fair. He's flexing his height. Weird flex. I know. I was like, I'm 6'4", like, you know, 6'4", large guy. Even in high school, I was like 6'2", you know, 6'3" towards the end of high school. So like I was always larger than average, and I feel like because of that, a lot of people didn't fuck. I didn't get bullied as much. A lot of people didn't fuck with me. But even then, like I didn't see a whole lot of like. Maybe I just went to good schools, or I caught the tail end of it. Good schools meaning like everybody was kind of like in it together type beat, you know? I went to 3 different high schools for reference. But and 3 very different high schools, which taught me a lot. I'm not 6'7", and I'm not that talented. What was I gonna say? I didn't witness a whole lot of like jocks bullying nerds in my era of high school. Maybe I just got lucky. I feel like in my era of high school, like the guy who won missed like the prom king essentially of my school was someone who like I traded, like he was a really nice guy he was on the football team. He was on the football team. He was like in a photography class and went on to be like a photographer in like his adult life. He was just a really nice to everybody, charismatic guy, you know, hung out with like the special ed kids, like he was just like not to like, but he was just a good guy, you know. He was like I feel like my generation of high school dodged the stupid tropes of like jocks and like my generation of high school, I think, dodged like the dumb tropes where like everybody was kind of a little bit of everything, you know. Like the guy that won our, you know, prom king, he played football, he was a photographer, he was dynamic. Yeah, he traded, like I borrowed his copy of Fallout 3, you know, like he was a little bit of everything, you know. Yeah, that's so, it's funny when I hear stuff like that, Lord Doctor, because that literally is giving like Mean Girls like movie vibe. It's so interesting. Why is that so true? No, Karoshi, you're spitting fucking facts. High school had way less bullying than middle school. I think middle school is the worst years of any person's life. Middle school is fucking awful. I think that is a unanimous. I think it used to be high school like 20 years ago. Middle school is awful. You were pretty cool. True. Yeah, you were the person. True. I'm T. True. That would be a really weird. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think anybody that ever knew me in high school has actually ever come into my stream. Well, I had one. That's not true. I had one person, but it was a different kind of. It was a different circumstance. No, dude. Please always interrupt the dumb stream rambles for PokeMMO questions. Always wanted, right? Yes, Pokemon. Your Pokemon and even your username can impact the outfit. Riva, great question. Yeah, like that's, dude. That's so weird to me, Jimmy Butcher. Maybe I just got lucky, I guess. Like, I went to 3 different high schools, and all 3 of which were very, very different and offered very different positives and negatives. Yeah. My first high school I went to was like a very country high school. I had like a pretty good. Growing up in Maryland was a massive privilege. I truly saw like every side of every part of the world, as much as you can, I guess, in one state. My first high school was a very country high school where they had like take your tractor to work day, you know, and like fucking like most of the kids were like farmers. I went to my first high school had a butchery class, and like they would do do the fair there to some extent, and they would have like the FFA was really big there, which is the Future Farmers of America. It was really cool, the different classes they had at this high school. I look back and I'm like, well, that's really beautiful. They had a lot of trade classes, and this was a very small kind of hick high school. They had like welding classes. They had in high school. They had what's the class where you learn how to do flower bouquets? Like, not botany, maybe it is just botany. Yeah, lots of 4-H stuff, lots of farmers, lots of like farm kids. It was a beautiful, and like a lot of those kids, it was really cool to learn. Like, I was kind of in that in between of, I wasn't a farm kid, but I wasn't like a city kid. I was kind of in that, I think most kids are suburb kids, but like I remember I went to one of the best meats I've ever eaten in my life. I went to a sleepover with my best friend group growing up was a weird, I love him, it's not an insult, a weird shy kid from Michigan who kind of was kind of a social outcast to some extent. But he was so funny and cool. I loved him. It was him, and then it was my other bro who was a theater. Let's call how do we name them? Let's do Joey, Jimmy, and Jet. Okay, so there was Joey, who was the social outcast, kind of like a weird guy, but really funny, really cool, very big video game guy, Joey. Then there was Jimmy, who was like a theater kid, and he was like, his parents were like rich, at least well off, not like upper middle class, which the rest of us were not. Well, that's not true. Jimmy and Joey were well off. Jimmy and Joey were well off. Me and Jet were the 2 poor kids, and I was like a poor suburbs kid, and Jet was a poor country kid who would like hunt a lot of his own food and make stuff like that. So you had like the social awkward kid who was really good at video games and still a really lovely, but like shy kind of guy. You had the theater guy who was like super charismatic, tons of friends, loved by everybody. I'm the 4th guy. I'm just Pat Patrouski, whatever. There was Jimmy, Joey, and then you have Jet, who was like the country guy who was always getting into fights at school. Who I'd have to like try to back up whenever. I never backed up physically, but I try to like pull them back. I never got into fights growing up out in public, but I stopped. I think I stopped or split up probably 3 or 4 fights in my life. I never thrown a punch to a stranger. The meat I ate at a sleepover was a sleepover with Joey, the charismatic theater kid, and Jet, who was the country kid, and we played D&D. It was me, this like poor but social and charismatic, not really good at anything kid. That was me. And then it was me with the theater kid and the country kid. We played Dungeons and Dragons and Xbox, and ate deer bologna, and that was like a sleepover back in 2007. I don't know what year. It was awesome, dude. Good bits, man. Little cute stories, man. Cute stories. What was I yapping about? Dude, sorry for the late reply. What is this? ACO, thank you so much for the sub, man. Thank you for the sub, dude. The good old days. I think the days are pretty good now too. I don't want, you know, I'm not one of those guys who's like, I think if you're constantly like, oh man, the things used to be so much better. That to me is like, brother, you need I love you so much. You might need a prescription or like some, you know, meditating or like, that's a rough situation to be in. I think a lot of gamers get into that like nostalgia trap, you know. The gabagool over, yeah, it wasn't quite, yeah. I don't know if I had any gabagool type friends growing up. I don't know if that's okay to say. Apologize, I'm getting canceled, boys. Yo, good call, Ty. What are some other like fun stories? Yo, what's up, Relative? How you doing, man? That's a fuck. I respect you for clarifying. Dude, that's a good, like, I actually, I feel bad for people who hate. I feel bad for people. I guess if I were to poll chat, would you rather work a job or go to school for your whole life? And there's no wrong answer. If anything, I empathize and I feel bad for people who would rather be in school, because that's, you can't do that professionally as easily or as well, you know, almost at all, right? It's like a professor. I hated school, man. I despised school. I hated school. I started working when I was 15, I think 15 or 14 or 16. And I working is so much better. Never liked school. Yeah, I feel, and if that, yeah, I respect, if your answer is school, my heart goes out to you, because that's a tougher, you know, you work for more of your life than you're in school, so my heart goes out to you. That's a tough situation to be in. I love working. I'd so much rather, and it's obviously, to be fair, not even just as a streamer or whatever, but like when I worked in electronic recycling, when I worked at summer camps, when I worked other, you know, manual labor jobs, like I preferred that way more than, I hated school, man. I feel like I didn't go to college, so I could be wrong, Mad God, but I feel like even in college, I feel like schooling never works out like that. You never get to pick only the things you want to learn about. Even in college, you have to get like mandated credits and stuff like that. That's why, like, I hate, that's part of the main reasons why I hate school. Whereas with work, you can kind of will it into action where you can, not everybody gets a job they enjoy, and that, you know, that's tough, to be fair, but you can try to at least have a chance. I feel like you have a better chance of having a job, of doing something that you even remotely enjoy versus school. But that's just me. I mean, that's super fair text. Or after school is glorious. Fuck. Based. Dude, based. Rather go to school and meet cool ass people. I feel like it is easier to make friends when you're in school than at work. That's true. Work has more like complications. For the most. That's fucking awesome to hear, Lord Doctor. I already went here. What am I'm trolling. How's it going? Dude, I'm good, man. I'm loving streaming, loving yapping. What's up, Pixels? It's just Yap City over here. I'm a little sick still, but you know what? It's getting better and better and better. We're just Yap City doing our Jimmy run, making some yen. Trying to fix the Pokeyen problem on the Iron Man account. You know how it is. What's up, dude? Dude, hell yeah, ACO. There you go, yeah. Little lonely, dude. Good, much power and love to you, Leviticus. Much love to you, man. I don't need to heal. Whoopsie. That's really, yeah, that's based. I loving the people you worked with. That's awesome, man. God, what a beautiful thing to like appreciate as well. What's the gym run speed run record? Is it like 32 gyms, or I don't know if it's possible anymore. I think it got nerfed a little bit to where it might not be possible anymore, unfortunately. Oh no, what happened, Pixels? Unless you don't want to share. I'm sorry, man. Ruh-roh. Dude, it happens to the best of us, man. Okay, responding with ruh-roh to your worst Pokemon decision is kind of BM. I apologize for that. Oh, you made a really bad ruh-roh. Is that a Samurai Champloo game? I'm glad someone asked, because yes, the fuck it is. Bro, Loved this game growing up. I don't know if I bought it at GameStop or how I originally got this game. This was a rated M PS2 game that I was playing like 11 years old, to the extent there's a lot of blood and stuff, to the extent where my mom, this is one of the video games growing up that mysteriously disappeared one day. I was so fucking sad. Dude, and looking back, my mom definitely fucking took this game away from me, which sucked, man. This game is fucking awesome. It's such a sick game, dude. The game is really unique. The Samurai Champloo, it's not even like, I don't know, it's not like the most fun game ever, let's be honest, but it's really unique because the way this game works is that you pick the song that's playing. It gets pretty repetitive, I'll say. I've beaten it. It's really hard. And then the way the game, it's a hack and slash fighting game, like combat, PvM game, right? And the way that it works is you pick a song on your little like beatbox radio, and your combos, your like attack combos change depending on what song you're listening to. And you want to like do the combos in beat to the song. It's really cool. It's like a musical, it's almost like a rhythm game with a fighting game, if that makes sense. It's really, really unique. A really cool game. Honestly, it started on this game, so there's so little mistake. Dude, yeah, for sure. Hopefully now it's better. Oh, okay. I was like so scared you like accidentally sold something for the wrong price or something crazy happened. Okay, I'm glad you just, it's a self-imposed challenge that you're dealing with the pain of. Okay, that's fair. It's a really cool game. I will say this game is actually kind of expensive these days, at least for a PS2 game. I think this game is like $80 nowadays, which is kind of crazy. Complete in box, Samurai Champloo on PS2. It's crazy for a PS2 game to be more valuable than a new game released. It's called Samurai Champloo Sidetracked. Oh my, I'm sorry. This game has gone up a lot. Oh wait, I'm wrong. This game is $130 now. I bought my copy for 50 bucks. I actually have two. To be fair, I have two copies. I have this is such a. I love collecting retro video games. Okay, sue me. I have my English copy, which is complete in box and looks like this. And then I also have a Japanese copy for my Japanese PS2 because the reason why, is that I originally, yeah, $130, dude. There are some expensive retro games, dude. I originally bought a Japanese copy because I have a Japanese PS2, which also I love. Here, I'll show. I have it right here next to me. Dude, I love the Japanese PS2. The Japanese PS2 got different color variations than we got in the US. So in the US, we only got like what? We got black and silver PS2s. Is that it, right? Maybe, did we get a blue? We might have got a blue one as well, like the blue transparent one, if anybody recalls that. But here, look at this. This only came out in Japan. It's the Japanese white PS2. This shit looks, all the blue accents, like the PS2 logo being blue on the white. This is gorgeous to me. I absolutely love the Japanese white fat PS2. Is so fucking beautiful. And the PS2 was region locked. So if I ever wanted to play any Japanese exclusive PS2 games, I had to own a Japanese PS2. Yeah. That's really cool. That makes sense, Doctor. That's really cool. But it's not the same, but that's, yeah. Maybe it is the same. I don't know, I also have a Japanese copy of Samurai Champloo right here, which I bought this first. It's not a very dialogue heavy game. I can play it even though it's in Japanese, right? I already had the Japanese PS2, and the Japanese copy was not to a collector, Lord Doctor. Go try to sell a reshelled US. Also, I'm sorry, it does matter because then you can't play. No, it matters, and you can't play Japanese exclusive games, Doctor. So I needed a Japanese PS2 anyway. It's not the same. It wouldn't be the same for collectors. It's not that authenticness matters when selling something. And for a collector, it's like saying that a recreation of the Bill of Rights is the same as the original. It's not the same. I get what you're saying effectively, but from the collector's brain, it matters, you know, annoyingly almost. Yeah, so the Japanese copy was $30, and I got a really good deal on this shit. You can jailbreak, but collectors don't want. Lord Doctor, I respect your pragmatic efficacy. Is that the right word? Efficacy. I respect your approach, but it is not like collectors don't care about that. It's like telling. This is like saying, why would you ever buy Pokemon cards? You can just proxy them, guys. Guys, I don't understand why would anybody buy Pokemon cards? Want to play games? That's fun, but you gotta respect it. You don't have to care about. You gotta respect it. They just print more. This is okay. This is one of my favorite questions, actually. Someone just asked. This is a retro video game question. Someone asked, why are Japanese games often cheaper, even in the U.S., and they have to import them versus the English equivalent? So, for example, these games have gone up, but like, I originally bought Samurai Champloo Sidetracked on PS2. The Japanese copy was $30, okay? And I bought this for $50, but it was worth like $60 to $80 at the time. Now it's worth $130. I don't know what this is worth nowadays. I bought this was $30. This was $50 or $60. The reason why Japanese games, version games, are often cheaper is due to the way that the Japanese culture handles their trash. I could be, this is from my understanding. This is what I have heard from other expert collectors, by the way. I could be wrong, but from my understanding, it's due to the way that the Japanese culture, number one, handles their trash, and also number two, takes care of their things. In Japanese culture, people take care of their things a lot better than in the Western world a lot of times. Like how many of you had friends growing up who'd have their discs laying like on the floor or like on the, you know, the dash of like their entertainment system, right? In Japanese culture, you're taught very early on to take very delicate care of your things and really keep things in pristine condition. You see this in trading card games. Something that is considered a lightly played card in the US might be like a moderately played or heavily played card over in like Japan. They judge their trading cards much harsher, and the rating scale is already very, very tough if you know about collecting trading cards in that all, right? But with video games, they take care of their stuff better, so there's more copies that come to survive. In the US, like, copies of this game get destroyed or lost over time. I've destroyed certain copies. You know, I've lost certain Xbox 360 games due to like a scratch rating or something like that. On top of, once again, this is me repeating from other experts, so please correct me if I'm wrong. From my understanding, in Japan, you often have to pay money to get rid of your trash based on weight. So in the US, your mom might just go and throw away your old Pokemon cards. They might just go and throw away your old PS2 games. But in Japan, that would actually cost them money to do so. So they would rather take all those video games and try to sell them to a retro video game shop in Japan, or even just give them to the shop for free, because they don't want to have, it's either give them to the shop for free or pay them to trash it, right? So all these two factors just lead to a lot of Japanese video games surviving over Western world video games, which leads to more supply, which makes Japanese video games often cheaper than American versions and copies, unless it's like a Japanese exclusive that was only printed in Japan. I love that question. Hopefully that answered it, you know, succinctly and sufficely. Great question. I think that shit is, I love that shit, man. That's why a lot of gamers will like travel. It's a dream of mine to do this. A lot of gamers will travel to Japan just to go buy video games and then bring them back to the US, you know? Yeah, no, I love that question. Gonna be really fucking hyped. It makes me excited. It's very cute. I don't know. It's a very cool, like, niche. It's cute, man. Requirements for available rage with when they're available. So okay, Raids right. There are some permanent legendary raids, but most raids are only available during holiday events right now. I'll try to let you know when they're available. I recommend just making as many raid Pokemon as possible. I have a bunch of raid prep guides and videos that cover raid Pokemon to prepare, and I would try to make as many as possible during the off season. It's actually a great question and a great point. Someone said, like, what should I be doing to prepare for raids right now, and how do I know when raids are available? There are some permanent legendary raids right now, like Terrakion, Cobalion, Virizion, Heatran, Cresselia, Meloetta, I believe, are the main permanent raids. But there are, most raids are only available during the holiday seasons, which just passed. I will let you guys know when those return, or if those return. The main thing to be preparing right now, and it's a really good time, prepare raid Pokemon now. Raid mons are cheap right now. Everything is cheap, right? Because it's off season, there's less demand. Prepare as many, if you don't have raid Pokemon, prepare as many raid Pokemon as possible right now while things are cheap, and they will go up in price when the Halloween event, the Xmas event, and the Lunar New Year event return in like it's a while away, like, you know, like 6 months to be fair. But it's faster than you, 6 months is honestly quicker than you realize, right? The fact that we're only half a year away from the next event season honestly makes my stomach churn, because I'm still so exhausted. Like, the last one felt like it just ended. I'm so exhausted from the last one still. It's crazy. I'm so excited for the off season. But during this off season, take that and, you know, prepare and build. Those who prepare and take advantage of the off season always get rewarded during event season. I would say they're one of the first things. Great question. Keldeo soon? Dude, someone said Keldeo soon ? It's honestly one of the biggest mysteries right now in PokeMMO. It's cool there still is a mystery. Where is Keldeo? They took Keldeo out of Unova as the King of the Hill legendary. It is not there anymore. Unova currently has no King of the Hill legendary, which is very weird, and to my knowledge has never happened before in the history of PokeMMO. And we were all, everyone was expecting Keldeo to become a raid. And I have a theory. I actually want to reach out to the devs and ask and see if they'll give me an answer. I have a theory that Keldeo actually is in the game and the raid is available, but there is some like secret puzzle you have to do to unlock it. Maybe that's just copium, because it would be so cool if that is true. But this to me, like, why else? Because why else would this be? Why else would they code this? Why else would this be in the game already if the Keldeo raid wasn't in the game? But to be fair, they have like wishing stone, so I don't know. It's hard to tell. My theory is that it might exist and that they just didn't tell us how to unlock it, which is very PokeMMO developer coded. They've done this before with secret shinies and legendary. The original roaming legendary Pokemon, we didn't know they existed until someone randomly ran into a Suicune and global chat went into a frenzy. We didn't know secret shinies existed until a secret shiny Bellsprout was listed on the GTL with a slightly different icon, and someone noticed and everybody lost their minds. It was like, what the fuck is this? The devs love to secretly add things without telling us. I think it's possible. I don't think so. Someone would have found it by now. I think that's fair. If you're familiar with RuneScape, there was something called Crack the Clue, which went unsolved for like 2 years. Let me if I can Google it actually. How long did Crack the Clue last? There was a puzzle in old school RuneScape that went unsolved for so long. Roughly 1 year, excuse me. Roughly 1 year. It took 1 year for it to be solved. Which is, they released one clue a week for 4 weeks. So the 4 clues were all in the game in RuneScape for 1 year and no one could figure it out. Which was a big deal. That was like a crazy thing. So I think it wouldn't surprise me if Pokemon did something similar to Crack the Clue IMO, but hopefully they would at least announce us or tell us that something like that's happening, so we'll have to see. I could be a bit cope. It would have felt like a trigger. Yeah, like maybe, yes. It wouldn't surprise me if, like, to unlock the Keldeo, you have to have Terrakion, Virizion, Cobalion done, which not many people have done, and then also, like, interact with a certain tree or something. Like that, like, how crazy would that be, you know? It's very PokeMMO coded, man. I think it's very possible. Well, yeah, once someone has 4 wishing stones, they can then see the shut the fuck up. The Keldeo raid emerges before them. Holy shit, dude. Wishing stones is one of those, like, Indefensible. Like, I don't have a whole lot to say about that, brother. That one's just, what the fuck, bro? What are you doing, Pokemon devs? What the fuck? Yeah, we'll have to see, man. I love the questions today, guys. Let's have our battle. Okay, nerd shit. Let's do battle. Yeah, hell yeah, Vince. I like, dude, I need to work on permanent raids. I need to work on VGC. There's so much to do, man. There's too much to do in PokeMMO, man. Someone said, "What's up with the wishing stones? I am out of the loop." Wishing stones are one of the most indefensible things the Pokemon devs have done. Love them, respect them, appreciate them. They make the best damn game in my opinion. Wishing stones are really funny. Wishing stones first released like what, 3 years ago? Wishing stones they came out the same year as Johto. That's important. The first wishing stone was introduced, I believe, in the Xmas event when Johto released. And they were effectively an IOU ticket. It was the Pokemon devs being like, hey, we spent way too much time working on and releasing Johto, which was an amazing release and perfect release, might I add. So here is this item that will one day do something in the game, we promise, but for now it does nothing. It's like an IOU, okay? And I was okay with that. I thought it was fine. But now there's like 3 or 4 wishing stones that they're untradeable items. 3 or 4 wishing stones that players could have gotten over the years. And it's been coming on 3 years once we reach late 2026. And there's still nothing you can do with them. A 3-year IOU is where you start being like, oh, come on. Like, what's going on? Like, that's rough, you know? Yeah, I didn't mind it at the start, but that's a 3-year-old IOU is pretty crazy. We do know the dev team is very small, and I think that is relevant. I'm never trying to shit on the devs. I think way too many people shit on the devs, dehumanize them, become gamer Karens, right? I love the devs. It's good to critique the devs kindly and respectfully, but everybody makes mistakes at their job. It's okay. That as well, you know. The dev team is about, I think, 6 or 7 people. You can go check the forums and see. I would say, but it's probably less than that are active, and we don't know how many are full-time and stuff like that. That's the other, we don't know. I don't know if all the devs I don't think all the devs are full-time. Like, that's another, like, how many devs actually work on the game full-time versus being like a hobby for some of them, you know? You never, like, we don't know, you know. Was there a British redeem? Let me see. I see at least one British redeem. Wait, there was a British redeem 51 minutes ago. Are you still here, late AF? I'll do aim terms. There were 2. There was one 50 minutes ago. If late AF is not still here, I'm going to refund him. Or could one of my mods refund him? Fitting name. Okay, that is. I'll at least do 1 minute for aim term. If one of me mods, I'll even give you a few free settings. Thank you so much, Rumel. Alright, bruvs, we got 1 minute of British accent on the clock, lads. Grab your pints, grab your Guinness, grab your drinks, lads. We're pouring it down our gullets tonight, lads. Actually, that's actually quite fitting, bruv. I actually am going to a pub tonight. I'm actually going to be meeting up with some blokes over at a bar. Or a pub, excuse me, a local pub joint, innit? We still got 30 seconds left. Isn't that painful, bruv? Only, we gotta go for our tailwind. Hit them with our explosion. Set up our damage and our speed. That way we can one-shot these Pokemon. Oh, I'm ill, bruv. Oh, I'm feeling so ill, bruv. Oh, I might be a bit dehydrated. Gotta get myself a bottle of water. I'm feeling so ill, bruv. Gotta get some meds up in me from a doctor down the street. Okay, that's the... Holy shit. That's the 1 minute, boys. It's getting worse. And that's just beyond terrible. I have been... Warner Bros often reaches out and says, hey man, do you want to be the next James Bond? It's always sitting there for you. And I don't have time. I'm busy streaming. I'm busy, playing PokeMMO. I got obligations. I'm sorry, Warner Brothers, but I appreciate your offer of $10 billion, but I can't do James Bond, man. People aren't ready for it. They're not ready, man. Chuffed to bits, mate. That accent is the dog's bullocks. Like, that's something Clarko might say. Based. How do I unsubscribe? Most valid reason to unsubscribe I've ever heard in my life. To be fair. I'm aware of it. I'm not, delusional. I'm not out me Ed. Okay, let me stop. There's a 2-month-old Laser viewer that might have been done. Sometimes like I do them but just don't like complete them. Who was it from? You could probably I have to double check it. I guess, bro. Okay, that is the best. The Jonah Hill meme of like, I guess, bro, is really fun. I can literally see the meme as you're typing that. That is a really fucking good bit. I guess, bro. I guess. Don't you mean bruv? I do hate saying bruv. Bruv is painful. Rick Riley. Do you know who was glazing? How do I say? Okay, now we're talking, Gallagher. Thank you, man. Even the sentiment is lovely. I got the money boost on that one right at the end. Huge. All right, there's our gym rerun done. We started today at 1,140,000 Pokeyen. We're now up to almost 1.4 mil. I'm going to go straight over to my trainer rerun next, boys. We are focusing on Pokeyen. Is that another? Little Zoro redeemed British. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta do it, boys. 1 minute. All right, fellas. 1 minute on the clock. 1 more minute, lads. Your favorite ting, brovs. We're gonna head over and do a trainer rerun. Let's head over to... Oh, we start in Univar. I gotta go check. No, why are you screaming no? You're the one who redeemed it, bruv. Oh, no, you didn't. You're Little Flame, not Little Zoro. Me mistake. We gotta head over to Fortum Post. Create a rerun, PokeMMO. Make sure we follow the route cleanly. We start over at the shopping mall, if I'm not mistaken. Over at the shops. We start our run at the local shops downtown. Don't mind me. I'm walking to the shop. Look at me. I'm British. I walk to the shops every day. Oi. Look, I got walkable cities. Look at me. Doinky dinky doink. I'm British. Beans on toast. Bottle of water. God bless the Queen. Okay, that's the final. The minute's done. I'm sorry. I can't wait for like in 5 years time. People are gonna look back and be like, I can't believe it's gonna be. I'm gonna be like canceled over like I can't believe he did a British accent. He mentioned the Queen? Are you serious? That was really offensive. I know that in 10 years time, I'm gonna be canceled for this. And you know what? We enjoy it while we can, boys. We spread the love. I am a man of nuance and duality. I have the British flag to show respect to my lovely British viewers and to show respect to a hardworking people. Okay, I give credit where credit is due. I also like to poke fun, if that's okay. I think that's kind of, I think that's the bit. I think the true Brits love the banta. Haha, real? Yeah, I hope not. I'm scared. I'm scared, JW3. We do it while we can, okay? It's not bad yet. I love British Patrouski so much. That is concerning, but I thank you for the compliment. Your Lucario is your Lucario name Carl Hamilton? I think it is. There's a bunch of those redeems. Wait, is it not? Wait, do I have 2 Lucarios? I'm like pretty sure. Wait, that one we might have changed to like Infernape. I think I have a Kyle Hamilton Pokemon. Let me check. Kyle Hamilton. I do. My Mienshao. It got changed to Mienshao instead of Lucario because I had it in my party at the time. I remember that one. That was during raids. Thank you for checking the redeems for me, Ramel. Let's throw all this in here. I wish I had my what's it called, man? I wish I had my Articuno like ready to go, but I don't. Do they go adamant? Do they go like plus attack on the Articuno? It's not even EV trained. How do people build their Articuno for the what's it called strat? True, get him, Vincer. Holy shit, Vincer. I appreciate that, IMT. Much love to you, man. The problem is I don't know how to differentiate. I'm not. The joke is that I'm fucking awful at accents. That's like the whole point. Is I'm like, I think accents are like one of the things I'm the worst at in the whole world. And that's why it's funny to try them, you know? Physical attacker, loaded die, icicle spear, PP match. Gotcha. That's so interesting. I wonder if I end up turning my alpha Articuno into that. I need to EV train it. I'm gonna move this over here. Yeah, I wonder if I end up making this physical. That'd be really interesting. Should we do that before before the meme? Wait, I like the idea of that. Well, let's do that, boys. I got an idea. Wait, no, wait, I have an idea. Wait, I have an idea. Before we start our train rerun, this is actually perfect. I have 2 Articunos on the Ironman account. I have my Alpha Articuno, and then I have the other Articuno, right? This one is more geared towards special, which is what you would normally do with Articuno, special attacking. But you actually won a physical Articuno for trainer reruns. And this one's also naughty nature. I can actually, and it's 222 speed, I can go ahead, feed this Articuno the vitamins that it needs for 252 attack. Let's see if I have that. Do I have enough vitamins? I feel like I definitely should. Calciums? I think I do. I'm running a bit low. I wonder if, ooh. So I'm running a bit low. Wait, no. No, it's not calcium. I'm sorry. It's proteins. I have a lot of proteins. Okay, I'm fine. Proteins. Of course, proteins plus physical attack. Okay. So I can give my Articuno. Okay, beautiful. 25 proteins. I'm just going to do that. Let's do it. Now it's EV trained. It has the correct nature. It's 31 attack. I could probably give it... Do I have enough orbs to give it 31 speed? Does it need 31 speed? It needs loaded die. I don't have a loaded die, I don't think, yet on the Ironman account. So I have to go buy one with BP. But I can afford that. We can just impromptu make the trainer rerun Articuno right now. Which is very, very cool, man. I'd recommend maxing speed. It's just so tight for me. Okay. Just like your mom. Okay. How do I give it icicle spear? Is it a heart scale? Let me see. A TM. Icicle spear is a TM. Like, give it a TM. Let's get rid of like Blizzard. Give it a TM and then what? I need to get loaded die. What if I have the TM? Let's see. I do not. Okay. That's true, Rick Riley. That's true. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm stupid. That's fine. I misclicked. That's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal, but that was silly, Willie. I was trying to buy the TM, not start the trainer rerun. Tech W. Whoop-de. I actually should have gone. To be fair, I actually should have gone and bought the loaded die first, and then I could just come back here and buy the TM, and then just start the run starts here anyway. So I actually could have done it in a better order, but whatever. I'm not very smart, so that's my excuse. Get W. This is cool though. Yeah, but I don't think that's worth Amen. I could be. There's more trainers I can fight. Let me actually bring up my oh, whoop-de. Sorry, one sec, chat. Where's my Iron Man goal list? The big one. Where's my Iron Man goal list? Hello? I have way too many notepad documents on my fucking thing. Holy shit. Bro. Where's my Iron Man goal list? Okay, I found it. Okay. Holy guacamole, man. Okay, let's get this. Okay. We first buy the icicle spear. Okay. Okay, so first things first, I gotta spend 20 or 15k. It's a little bit cheaper. 15k on the icicle spear TM. And then we gotta go, what's it called? So weird, Tom. Do I just go to any BP shop to buy a loaded die? Is there any better spot to get loaded die? Does anybody know about in PokeMMO? I'm assuming it's just a BP item. I don't know if there's like one free loaded die anywhere. Gonna recover. It's also, yeah, I'm happy with that cheaper price. The GTL, so true. Not move tutor, I'm fine. All right, then we buy the loaded die, which costs 4,800 BPs. It's actually one of the cheaper items, so that's good to see. We go ahead and now we put the loaded die on the Articuno. This is going to cause our multi-striking moves to always hit, which is our icicle spear. Now we teach the icicle spear. Should be over here. Teach that to the Articuno. Then we PP max it. Do we have? Wait, we should have a PP max for sure, I think. Wait, no way I'm out of PP max, right? Am I out? Oh no. I made a couple of, okay, I have to go recheck out the crafting system and see if I can get more PP maxes. No, I assume PP max, yeah. Now to get PP max, I forget what I have to do. Let's see what I need. Alert crafting, yeah, it's not here. I thought it was there. This guy? I know you can craft for the Kanto Elite 4. I think. And yeah, Sinnoh for sure. Can't you craft at this guy or this smart? Help you? Okay, yeah, okay. All right, here's the crafting NPC, or like kind of like the trade-in NPC over here at the Kanto Elite Four. So this guy, you can trade 24 berry powder and 3 white herbs for up PP. I'm out of PP max for up PP max. Okay. So the next question is, how do I have to remember how do we get berry powder and white herbs? Berry powder, I think I have plenty of berries now. That shouldn't be hard to get. Do you need berry juice for that? I'll do a little bit of research here. It's been a while since I've done this. So currently I have 62 berry powder. And then I think you just crush berries, if I recall correctly, for more berry powder. Let's try to crush, like, we have a lot of rosts. Let's crush 10 of these. And that would give us 10 berry powder. Okay, perfect. A little more. So what increments of 24? Let's do, if we get about 100 berry powder, it means we can do about 4 PP maxes, correct? I think that's about what I want to do. So let's do this, crush 13 more rosts. Beautiful, 100 berry powder. Now I just need 12 white herbs. How many do I have any white herbs currently? Beautiful. Okay, I didn't realize wow, white herbs. I think I got these. Wait, I'm just brain blasting. I think I got these from the sealed product during the events, and I thought they were useless. But getting white herbs is actually really good, because usually this would be 300 BP. That's actually, okay, that's actually sick. So white herbs from sealed products is actually very, very good for an Iron Man, hilariously. So I can now get 4 of these. Beautiful. That is 4 PP matches, dude. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's now, we'll have 3 extra. Let's now go PP match our Icicle Spear. And now we can finally do our trainer rerun with the new strategy. Hell yeah, dude. We love some problem solving, dude. It's very rare, yeah. Only Iron Men are allowed to gamble. Only Iron Men are allowed to open sealed product and not feel bad about it. True and real. Okay. Let's go. We just start our run now, which is cool. Need a choice band for this, to be fair. Then have the run up to the side. Yo, nice little flame. GG's, GZ. I'll do my choice band really quick. Bands. Okay, I'm excited to see how this works. All right, so now we're ready to go ahead and pop our amulet coin and do our trainer run in a quick second. Here we'll go ahead and start this. This is only our 5th trainer run on the account so far, and it's cool. This is the first time we're ever using the new Articuno strat with loaded die. I'm curious to see how many elemental orbs. We have 20 orbs right now. I want to see if we can get any within this hour. I might actually just go ahead and use 11 of them to go ahead and get 31 speed on my Articuno. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll start with 9. So if we end up with 10, we at least got 1. I'll see you guys after this hour is up. Do you have a guide you're following? Yes, I have a guide that I've made, and then I use the text guide as I go through. Yes. Because I don't do this enough to remember off the top of my head. Okay, before we start this, quick stretch break. I've been live for about 2 hours. Let's go ahead and do a quick just stretch. I'll be back as soon as I'll be back very, very fast, guys. Don't worry. Quick stretch break. Stretch your legs, get water. I need water. Get water, get caffeine, get a snacky. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, okay? Quick 5-minute break. See you guys in 5 minutes. BRB. Nom nom nom. What's up, fellas? Anybody else? I'm super nostalgic for these dumb little like peanut, you know, these dumb little peanut butter sandwich crackers you would get like in like a pack. These are the square ones, but there's also like the circle ones. They're so nostalgic to me, man. I love them. It's funny. I was just thinking, like, it's literally just like Ritz crackers with like peanut butter. Like, I could just go get a jar of peanut butter. But like, I don't know. They're just something that's just nostalgic. There's the cheese crackers. Yeah, doctor. I have the, yeah. The cheese crackers that are like orange. Very, very orange. Dude, what's up, Rick? Yeah, dude, I just love like dumb little... They're kind of like a lunch snack you would have growing up, like packing your lunch or whatever. The sour cream cheese, that's rare. I respect it. Not Cheez-Its, but I'm not a huge Cheez-It. I'm not a huge Cheez-It guy. I'm not a huge like cheesy cracker kind of guy. Cheez-Its Goldfish, that's a big one. People like, I'm not a huge Goldfish guy, but people love Goldfish. Actually, I take it back. There is one Goldfish that I like. I really like I'm from Maryland, bro. I really like the Old Bay Goldfish, but I sprinkle in a lot more. There's not enough Old Bay. I add a lot of Old Bay. When you buy the Old Bay Goldfish on sale, and then add more Old Bay seasoning into the bag and shake it up, now you're gaming. Now you got a gamer snack, okay? I go on Goldfish binges. That's so real. The Goldfish 2-week phase, like Minecraft, is from here. I fucking love. Yeah, I said I don't live there anymore, which is so sad. You know, I miss it. I love Maryland. Maryland's a fucking great. I glaze all like, and I didn't really appreciate it growing up, but like, goddamn, Maryland is a phenomenal state, man. It's really good. You really get like a little bit of everything, and like, I don't know. There's just such a good. And Maryland is getting a little bougie, to be fair, but that's also like kind of a good thing. Even though I hate to admit it. Like, it's getting a little bougie for my taste. But also, I don't know, man. That is what it is. What is this? Yeah, I dual stream on both, Rick. Yes. Just shake the Old Bay directly into your gob. It's not as good. I mean, I would compared to most spices. I'm a big fan of Old Bay on white rice. That's a good. If you go to certain like Asian fusion places in Maryland, they'll have Old Bay fried rice. Woo! Old Bay fried. It's really good, dude. You should try it. One of the most Patrouski dishes. I couldn't even believe that a restaurant was selling this. I was like, this is so perfect to my taste buds. It was an Old Bay fried rice with pineapple in it. I was like, this is the most Patrouski meal I've ever heard of. How did anybody else in the world also decide to sell this? I should go. I'm gonna go back to that restaurant. It's kind of far from me now is the problem. Okay. Yeah, there's a Rick Riley and then a Rick with the Q. Okay. Let's go ahead and pop our amulet coin and start our trainer run. I'm curious to see how the Pokeyen is here. Let's reveal. 1 second, reveal the contents. Reveal the route. Okay, that's it. Okay. Okay, let's go and start. I've never tried this with Articuno. I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm curious to see how many elemental orbs you get in the hour or whatever. What's up, Crew Day for the sub, dude? What's up? Evening, what's up, dude? 4th alt account done. Holy dude, congrats, Little Flame. Congrats, man. What's up, El Rick? I'm guessing that's the same. What's up, dude? Anyway, it's something, dude. It's something that's fucking awesome, Leviticus. It's something I took for granted a lot growing up. I didn't realize what a privilege it was to like have a Thai restaurant, like, you know, an Indian restaurant, a Nepalese restaurant, like niche stuff, right? Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, like. I grew up in a pretty decent area for like there was so many restaurants. Not as good as the area I'm in now is like ridiculous. Like I don't. There's so many restaurants. It's crazy. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's awesome, dude. I feel like exploring food and exploring food culture is like one of the I feel like it's one of the perks of being alive, man. I feel like trying new foods, trying how things have evolved, you know, fucking how people have adapted, and it's just beautiful, dude. Yo, El Rick, thank you so much for the Twitch sub, dude. What's the Damba on? Get your Damba in. Get your Damba in. Thank you for the Twitch sub, dude. I really fucking appreciate that. I hope the content has been worth that to you, man. Let's next go, I think, here. A little slow on this run. Oh no, I wasn't subbed. Dude, no, don't say that's totally. It's only sub if it adds, you know, if it's helpful to you, right? If you can see the videos in your feed and they help you. I appreciate it, man. No worries. No need to apologize. Let me dude. Best way to spend the what's the best way to send the breed guide to you? Oh, I know who you are. Yeah. Discord DMs if possible. I know you messaged me a little bit about it, right? I didn't get a chance to look at it in detail yet. My apologies. I'm really busy today. I actually started stream a little bit. I had to start stream a little bit early today. I have a doctor's appointment at 3:30. I have a doctor's appointment. This is the most American evening plan. I have a doctor's appointment at 3:30, and then I have the bar with friends at 7 p.m. which is I mean, that's the best duality, man. What the fuck? Let me my music stopped for some reason. We are so back. Someone just made an interesting. Okay, a huge forum post just got posted. What is this? By huge forum post, I mean very memey forum post. The Shoddy Decks. The Shoddy Deck is complete, Little Flame. They're probably at Drudagon for Shiny War, is my guess. I'm guessing there's some like bonus or something like that. Like 5 members there. Yeah, so there's Team Mr. Shiny War is currently happening. There, yeah, that Rumel, there you go. Rumel got it. Miss caught it though. I love Shiny Drudagon. It's a beautiful shiny, man. People are still there. It's just a pretty shiny. Oh shit, the IRL group chat is popping off. I have no idea what's going on. Wait, what? Wait, I just kind of got... Wait, sorry. I kind of just got insane news. If this is right. I think me and my friends just won Olympic lottery tickets. So like the way that's actually crazy. I think I'm gonna be able to go to the Olympics in is it in 2 years? USA Olympics. In 2028. Holy fuck, that's actually crazy. So the Olympics, that's actually insane. So the way it works is the Olympics are coming to the United States in 2 years, and you have to sign up for a lottery to win the chance to buy tickets. And our friends entered as much as possible, and I think we just won, which is crazy. Obviously, and the tickets aren't even that expensive, which is like insane. The main hard part is like unlocking access or whatever. That's fucking crazy cool, man. I'm excited. That's what a weird life, dude. It's weird to say that I'll be able to go to the Olympics. It's 4 people. I'll be able to go to the Olympics in 2028. What the fuck, man? That's crazy. Holy shit. I don't know how rare that is, what the odds are. Okay, no, but dude, the Savannah banana, is that what you mean, Ken? Or is banana ball something else? Banana ball. Bro, no, if you just won the right to purchase Savannah banana tickets, that's a bigger W than the Olympics. I'll be so real. Dude, I would love to go see the Savannah bananas. That's amazing. Banana balls pog, dude, hell yeah. What event? I have to double check. We all picked a priority, but I don't know what. That's crazy, man. Yes, no, so like I can't believe that popped up on my feed, Mark, but yeah, I saw that, and I mean, I think everybody has the same opinion. It's very boring. But like, what the fuck? I don't know how. That might be one of the most embarrassing. I usually understand stuff like that. I have a really high bar for sportsmanship, okay? That is one of the most embarrassing title strips I've ever seen. I don't know how the fuck that guy's celebration warranted a game loss. That felt insane. Banana ball is it like North Carolina, South Carolina? There's a baseball team that called the Savannah Bananas. That's what would it be Savannah, Georgia? Is that what it is? They're called the Savannah Bananas, and they're kind of like the Globetrotters, but for baseball. I thought it was South Carolina, but I was like, wait a minute, isn't Savannah in or Georgia? No, but I also thought it was like one of the Carolinas. They travel everywhere. Yeah, there you go. They're like the Globetrotter. They're like baseball, but like they play on like stilts and they do it for fun. They're really good. Yeah, as long as you like shake your opponent's hand and are like respectful afterwards. But yeah, like, you know, it's definitely a nuanced topic. Like, I know like bat flips in baseball is a hugely debated thing. I don't really have a stake in that fight. I'm not a huge baseball guy. But I feel like bat flips got to be allowed, at least to some extent. It depends on the severity and stuff. I don't know. Like, yeah, like that's crazy to me, Mark. Like, that's let competitors compete, man. That much let to hate it. I would be kind of annoyed. It's also one of those things where I guess like I would be kind of annoyed if every time I let up a home run as a pitcher, someone bat flipped me. But if it's like a grand slam or a game winner, fucking let them bat flip. That's insane. I would be kind of sad as a pitcher. But also, there's also an argument of like maybe you just gotta get over that sadness. Like, that's an okay take, you know? Clapping to attack, yeah. Baseball fans love it, yeah. I guess maybe so. Like, the counter argument is like, you know what it should be? If batters are gonna bat flip off of home runs, let pitchers like do like a motion for any strikeout, you know? Like, that's true. Yeah, like if we're gonna like, maybe pitchers should just be celebrating more, you know? I feel like pitchers don't celebrate enough. Maybe that's what pitchers get so mad about, is like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Leviticus. Yeah, I feel like pitchers should be able to jump in the air and like do a fist bump, or like, you know, they can pop off. Pitchers pop that all the time. Okay, then yeah, what the fuck are we? Yeah, the bums. Yeah, that sucks. Then there shouldn't be a. Once again, I don't know enough about the baseball stuff. I just from what I hear from my baseball boys who keep me up to date. I love my sports bros that keep me up to date, man. Most important members of my community. Refs are a joke. It's a tough. My empathetic bone kicks in. It's a tough job, bro. It like, and some refs do a worse job than others, don't get me wrong. I would hate to be a ref in a professional sport. Like, if you get the call right 99% of the time, nobody bats an eye, nobody thanks you, right? But if you get a call wrong, you're gonna get your family like have death threats. Like, I feel like I don't know, man, being an official ref is really tough. But it obviously there's some pretty brutal mistakes, you know, so it's tough. There's a lot of people that rely. It's a tough gig. I wouldn't want to be in that position, you know. It's human nature. Yeah, it's tough. That is a ref for sure. Or like the most important, like I think we're moving towards that, right, guys? I think in most sports, I think there's some big NFL changes that are happening that are allowing, like, for a while there were like rules that wouldn't allow refs to like go back and review stuff, right? Or like admit that they were fucking wrong, which is insane. I think we're moving more towards like, let's just let the refs admit when they're wrong and rewrite a mistake. Like, to be fair, more than any profession, in most professions, if you fuck up and rewrite the mistake, people will still be mad. I think more than any other profession, as a referee, if you're wrong and rewrite the mistake, I think people will forget about it entirely and move on. Like, I don't think people will be mad at all if you fix it, you know? But some calls are close. But yeah. I know the Ravens, there was a call. So for those who don't know, the Baltimore Ravens, there was one of the first NFL calls ever that got reversed after the season was over. So the Ravens lost a game where there was a touchdown that didn't get called a touchdown, a catch. And then once the season was over, the refs were like, yeah, that should have been a catch. And it's like, that game was like the decider of our playoffs. What the fuck? Like, that's crazy. Like, if anybody should be mad about ref calls, it's you know, it's Ravens fans, or all types, to be fair. But like, sometimes also just shit happens. I don't know, it's just tough. It's tough to be a ref. Dude, I'm lucky that I'm not an NBA fan. I feel like the amount of foul stuff that happens in the NBA, it would be so annoying. I feel like there's so many free throws. It's just part of the game. I feel like I would hate that part of the game if I was in it more of a. I love playing basketball. Is the sport that I've played the most, but I don't really care for watching NBA too much. No, not that I like. No disrespect towards it. Obviously, I like watching basketball, but I don't like. I don't. I'd rather watch football. Maybe it's just like the. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I've talked about it before. I never found. I love playing basketball. Watching basketball is like. You have to watch every minute detail to enjoy watching basketball, in my opinion, because the only exciting moments in basketball are the final 2 minutes, right? The final 2 minutes, and then if you care about footwork and like dribbling skills and like ball, which I'm terrible at ball handling, it's obviously my weak spot, then like that's where it's cool, right? But if you don't care about, like, I don't think the average NBA viewer is like watching a point guard, like watching someone go for a pick. And then, like, you know, I don't think most people are like, wow, did you see that play they drew up for Jokic? Like, I don't think most people are doing that. I think they're kind of just like watching points be scored back and forth, and like the final 2 minutes are really exciting. If you can focus on and watch the minute details of basketball, I mean, that's true. But even like, so like, for sure, it's insane, right? For my casual outside observer understanding of Wembanyama. Is it Wembanyama or Yama? Wemby. People just say Wemby's really easier. Wembanyama. I haven't seen him play, so maybe I'm wrong. But even I would guess with him, like, it's not super, like, maybe I don't find dunking very exciting, and I never really have. I don't know. The most exciting plays in basketball are just not that exciting unless you really care about minute details like footwork and dribbling, which is very impressive and very high level, but it's not happened. I don't think the average person, I'm shocked that the NBA gets as many views as it does, I guess. Basketball is a very high detail sport. It's a very, very complex. The beauty of basketball is in the details, in my opinion. Whereas the beauty of football is kind of like, football is kind of brain dead. And I love football. You know, it's kind of like, and there are details, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of the details in football happen at the O-line, weirdly, right? But football is like when the big plays happen in football, you know, the Hail Marys, the large runs, the long throws, right? Like, the three ball, like that's pretty crazy, right? But yeah, that's pretty crazy, Isame, to be fair. I have to watch more Wemby footage. Do we get into? That's fair. That's fair. Do you enjoy the esports? I don't watch a whole lot of. I love all sports. Competition is just fucking awesome, dude. Really boring take, right? I wish I watched more esports. I don't really watch or keep up to date. I even like real sports. I watch the Ravens game every week during the NFL season, and that's about my, I'll do a few like sports memes on Instagram and stuff. I'm really a casual sports head these days, which is kind of sad. I love sports, but God, sports take up so much motherfucking time, bro. And that's kind of a beautiful thing. It's people are getting way more into them, way more detailed, which is kind of beautiful, I don't have any more time. I have no more time in my life, Or was the hordes? Generally no, because you can't XP trainer. It depends on what you're doing, Justice. The reason it's good for trainer runs is because it doesn't affect the Pokeyen. It may make more money or whatever. Yeah. If I was just trying to farm elemental orbs, that'd be different, right? Does that make sense? Usually with XP training or EV training, you want to be XP training or EV training as many Pokemon as possible, which can usually be done better with like a sweet scent Pikachu and then 5 Pokemon, but it depends. If you're XP training, you can use, but then when you're XP training, you're usually doing like the Rampardo strat over at Mount Silver, so it makes it, if you're doing the best strats, it's often hard to find yourself using Coalescence while XP training or EV training, weirdly. No, I agree. That's what I totally, that's what I'm kind of saying, Tahith, is like, and I haven't seen that clip. Like, it's what's shocking to me is it's impressive. It's a good thing that people watch basketball. I'm honestly impressed that as many people watch basketball as they do, because to me, basketball is like it's a very boring sport to watch unless you understand the complexity and the detail. And there is so much fucking complexity and so much detail and so much basketball IQ stuff, to understand as a viewer. But like without the basketball IQ, which I don't really have, right? I can imagine to some extent because my ball handling is terrible, so I can like, like shifting your hips and footwork, right? But it's like, once again, most basketball I think is kind of boring to watch, sadly. It's a sad thing. It's not, you either score 2 points or 3 points, but or you're watching the details, right? The final 2 minutes of basketball are like kind of where all the excitement are, versus in football, anything could happen at any moment. Or even in like, even though I'm not a huge soccer guy, but even like soccer, like you could argue a goal could happen at any moment, and when a goal is scored, everybody knows a goal is scored, right? If you got, for example, if you got like your girlfriend who's not into sports to watch basketball, and some crazy dunk or whatever happens, she might not, know that something cool happened. Versus like, to be fair, if I get my wife to watch football, I don't know if it could be any person. I'm just like, if someone who's not that much into sports, right? I don't know if she would know when a big play happens for the Ravens either. So to be fair, I don't know. Maybe I'm more biased towards football. Volleyball is a crazy sport, man. Volleyball is beautiful. All sports are, the more if you don't like a sport, you probably just haven't thought about it enough, or like looked into it enough, or like empathize. Like I feel like every sport, when you think about it, is like, that's fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful display of talent and all the different motions that have to be done. Is so interesting. It's so boring. I love basketball. It's my favorite sport to play. I think watching, it's like sad that watching basketball is a little boring in my opinion, but I'm obviously glad people enjoy it. For first, on the Hoa fight. Can you welcome? What's up, dude? Can you do the? I'm not even sure actually. Can you skip the Hoa fight and go do the Elite Four? I don't know. I think you might have to beat the Hoa fight first, but I could be wrong. It's a great question. Someone in chat might know that more than me. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Spud. I didn't even think about that, but yes, that's what makes like, exactly. And like, I can, like a casual, sports fan, that's one of the few things that, yeah, casual sports fans, like if you've seen Steph Curry hit a half court shot, like that's always, it's exciting. Absolutely. That's a great point. I love that point actually. You have to, like, I think from the layman's perspective, basketball is unfortunately boring, which is really sad. It's not like, I'm not like chilling on basketball. I fucking love basketball, but it's just like it's just interesting, you know. You could argue the same thing, to be fair, for like Pokemon VGC PvP. You know, I think VGC PvP is like really inherently complex. You can at least tell when a Pokemon dies and stuff like that, to be fair, but like there are certain things, you know. Yeah, is this the video of the guy? Yeah, I can't believe he got... This is the most valid light celebration. He does like one fist bump. Also, he looked like he's about to cry out of happiness. Like, this guy is obviously, which he should. Pokemon Go PvP is really intense. It's unironically. He gives his opponent a very nice handshake. He's like contained. He's like, dude, his whole body is moving because he's trying to, I can like show it on stream. He's just trying to breathe, man. He's so hyped up, as he should be. I hope this gets reversed. Not that I have any power in this world. It's another thing to like worry about, you know. I'm gonna, it's out of my depth, right? But this is crazy to me. I'll show it on stream, one sec. Sorry for the bait. Let me get to these trainers really quick. It's tough to do stuff while doing a trainer run as well. Dude, it's one of the most human things you can do, Little Flame. Absolutely. It's like something we all should aspire to do. No, not my grilled cheese PSA. Leaked. Okay. Stop changing the thing. Okay. Pokemon Go PvP is like shockingly complex and interesting. What I actually like about Pokemon Go PvP is that it's mechanical and there's like timing that matters. Like catching, so you can like catch your opponent's supercharge attack on a switch, which means like, let's say you keep a Pokemon at 1 HP in the back, you can predict on what tick your opponent will throw off a charge attack when you have no shields and switch to that 1 HP Pokemon and catch their super attack. But then that opponent can actually delay their supercharge attack by 1 tick if they want to bait you on that. Dude, it's really, Pokemon Go PvP actually gets like wickedly complex. And like really interesting. Yes, also yes, Stunfisk being like a meta Pokemon is so interesting. Okay, let's watch it, boys. Let me pause my music one sec. This is like actually insane. So keep in mind, this guy's, I did not, Diego. The celebration that this guy is about to do got him disqualified from the finals, the grand finals for the Pokemon Go regional championship. Okay, it got him a game loss and caused his opponent to win. This is that celebration.
Tournament, 10 tournaments, he didn't make it. 10 tournaments, he's thrived in the lose.
So look at him breathing. He knows he's about to win.
The first time champion for himself and your 2026 Orlando champion.
He hops up, does like a double. Look at him. He's trying to catch his breath. This guy just won like an insane, his fucking life dream. His eyes are like red, like he's gonna like cry out of like tears of joy and happiness and emotion. He's like breathing so much. He shakes his opponent's hands, looks him in the eye, like puts his arms down by like his waist. Very respectful. And then just does like a little. What was the disrespectful, like the pump in the air? Like what is wrong with this?
The first time champion for himself and your 2026.
Like this being that gets him disqualified. Like that's insane. This is one of the worst calls I've ever seen. It's just really, and I hope it gets reversed. I hope it like, I don't mean to like farm outrage. I feel like there's just too much like stuff like this. You know, it's easy to farm outrage. I could post a clip of this on TikTok and get 1 million views. There's no value in like farming outrage like that, but it is crazy, man. It is fucking really, really weird. I don't like the term soft. I feel like people who use the term soft are, I don't like that. I think it's a kind of weird, but I get what you're saying. It's just weird. It's just illogical is what it is, honestly. It's just really, really strange. Kind of makes no sense, you know? No, guys, don't draw it to other. Come on, guys. I think it's just, yeah. That's so unsportsmanlike. Like the celebration or the, and feel free to, I won't put up disagree if you want, if you actually feel that way. Like I didn't feel like that was I didn't feel like the celebration was unsportsmanlike personally, but there's no wrong opinion. I want to make that clear, but that's the argument, which is crazy. It was a bit before. You think there was a moment before that caused it? That's interesting if there is more before that I missed, to be fair. Want to celebrate? You have to be careful with your argumentation. Like obviously, like it's not a like it just matters like the each situation can be different. Like the amount of celebration, like how respectful celebration. I feel like that it's almost hard to put into words. I feel like that celebration is very respectful. If he was like because it's all about his body is performing motions that show his excitement. He's not like putting an L to his opponent. Because before it's a one hand up from the English W. Let me see if I can find it. The English winner sign. Maybe I missed something.
Down the quack. Think you have enough time.
I'll scroll back a lot.
No health on this Corviknight. Yes, this payback is going to land, but I don't know if you have enough time to get to another payback. And Pokeyen trying to go for the metal sound. Oh my goodness, the payback doesn't even do.
Maybe I missed something. I'm always open to be wrong. That like that.
Down the quacksire.
And Firestar, it is 11 tournament, 10 tournaments, he didn't make it. 10 tournaments, he's driving the loser bracket, but now on his 11th one, he is the first time champion for himself, and in his 11th tournament,
he's just, I feel like,
he's driving the loser bracket, but now on his
is this really? I don't know. Is this enough for a game loss? Like doing that? I don't know, man. Like towards that feels insane. Maybe I'm soft. I don't know. I don't feel like that's enough for a game loss. Imagine in the league LCS, right? Imagine if in the league, but it's good to know that also happened, right? And there's no wrong answer. This is all, yeah. Imagine if like in League of Legends, like someone killed someone bot lane and went for the fist pump, right? That's what was called on. Literally nothing. It's like a little fist bump, right? Like, I just don't think it's enough to warrant a game loss. A game like it's just a like I don't know.
For the metal sound. Oh my goodness, the payback doesn't even do half of the remaining health. What is nice and crashes? I don't think there is one. This quacksire is way too low.
He just did a big play. And he knew that he was gonna win because he had this in the back, and yeah. This is the most normal celebration to me. I don't know, man. What did he do wrong? I don't get it. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I'm a pretty like respect forward person, and I think it is really important. Like sportsmanship is really important to me. I don't see anything there. I don't even know how that's like a but that's my opinion. Is there actually F? I didn't record anything, so hopefully no F. Jumels for 33 months. Thank you, dude. End player to enter, bro. Thank you for the double sub.
You excited for leagues next week?
You're too nice. I have leagues next week. Wait, leagues for RuneScape or for what? I don't actively play RuneScape unfortunately anymore, man. I just don't have time for it. What's I'm assuming it's RuneScape leagues. Oh, it's Saraz. Gotcha. I'm trying to keep an eye. I don't have time. I don't know anything about it, man. I love when that people seem to always love that, so it makes me happy that other people are happy, type beat. Celebrations. I do feel like fighting game celebrations also inherently are given more leeway, but Pokemon Go PvP is like almost a fighting game, but it's like a different environment. I get it. Like this is pretty, yeah. But even that's like fun. I don't know, like anything that isn't like making fun of the other person. I don't know, man. Or if someone like brought out props, depending on the props, like maybe that could be a little bit far. I don't know, man. Nah, I'm not much. I don't know a whole lot about the Smash scene too much, at least. Rubbing it in, yeah. I don't know. Celebrating your own victory seems very obviously okay, but I don't know, man. Thank you, Spun, for the Twitch Prime, man. I hope the content has been helpful enough to warrant that above and beyond support, brother. Thank you so much, man. Props is crazy. Pom poms would be BM. Okay. If someone brought out pom poms and started cheering after beating me, they can take a game loss. That would be crazy. If someone, the real, I think this could go 50-50 either way. I don't think there is a clear-cut answer on this. Imagine if someone brought out like one of those party poppers and like exploded confetti everywhere. Do you think that should be a game loss? I think that's actually fine, because if I was the loser, I'd be like, okay, that's actually so funny. Sure, right? But that might be the line. I don't know. That one could be like, nothing should be a game loss. I think some things. I wouldn't go that far, but I get it. Feel free to have valid opinion. Valid opinion. Whenever we talk about it, is so obviously, but like I have to remind, it is so subjective when we talk about stuff like this or whatever. Banned from future competing. Wait, that's, I can respect like a suspension. Okay, wait, wait, Rumel, you've actually convinced me, to be fair. I think I actually agree with that. Okay, that's actually, I actually agree with that. No, you're actually based. I actually agree. I think it's fine to give someone, I actually super agree with that. It's fine to give someone like future punishment, but like punishing their current, I actually super agree with that. It's a good take, yeah. No like action should, unless you're cheating, should be a game loss, or like distracting. I could see the argument like if he was making motions that was distracting his opponent during the match, that'd be one thing, but the match is already over. If it was like during, you know, during a big shield or during, you know, I've only just started it. I mean, it feels pretty comfy and chill. Distracting would be considered, it's exactly. That's a big deal in like tennis. I think tennis, you can like just, yeah. Distracting calls are a big thing. I like that a lot though. Like behavioral calls punishing your future stuff, not your current tournament. I like that a lot. What's up, by the way, Park? How you doing, dude? I was expecting the dude to be like teabagging. If someone Fortnite danced, it's probably, it depends on the dance. If they were doing the L Fortnite dance, I think that would be probably punishable. Once you start like making fun of the other person, you know. Once you involve once you involve the other person in your celebration, I think that's when it becomes, you know, BM, right? But if your celebration doesn't involve the other person at all, for the most part, like, I'm chilling. I think that's I actually really, I don't even agree with that, but I love that opinion and respect it. I think everyone's feelings should be valued, but in a competitive environment, you can't DQ someone for a celebration. Actually, to be fair, I do agree with that, actually. Maybe not DQ, but like, future. I like what Rumel said about like future punishment. That's kind of based. Back to survival area. So I'm doing a very terrible trainer run. Check W, but that's okay. That's true. Hey, Ken, that's true. I like to always, Ken Whiffy, I love the benefit of the doubt like that. And I love the, I don't know the whole story. You know, the internet is just being shown this one clip. Maybe these guys have a history where that guy has called the other guy names, or like, you know, like, to be fair, like, I try to give, we don't know the whole story. It's really important to be aware of your own ignorance. I don't know the Pokemon Go scene. Like, maybe that guy has a history of like making fun of the other person or some shit, which I don't know. I don't know, you know. It's just important to always keep in mind that there's just things we probably don't know. Park is a bad guy. And Steve has did. True. I've heard the same thing actually. I don't think people need to be on your friends list to be invited to a charm. Great question. Take a plane time, but we chillin'. We take those. I think the match was in Orlando, Spud. I think that's different cultures valued, like, you know, expression during competition differently as well, for sure. Gotta be considered. Yeah, maybe that guy was a Sombra player. Did anybody ask that question? And he actually deserved to be BM'd on. True. I mean, that's if I found out my opponent in like a Magic draft was a Sombra player, I might sandbag a little. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. I'm just kidding. No, I respect the benefit of the doubt and like the extra argumentation, Ken. Is base bro chill? So Sombra, this is my take on Sombra. Sombra has never really been broken. Like I'm not someone who's crazy enough to advocate that Sombra is like broken or, you know, unbalanced. She's unfun and promotes unfun gameplay patterns. Sombra is an elemental orb pod. Sombra is, am I worse than my opponent? Has my opponent put 2,000 hours into learning the mechanics of Genji and worked very, very hard to work on his 180 dashes and like auto, like reload, reset, like animation resets and stuff, and like quick melees? Oh, I know. I'm worse than him because he's put 2,000 hours in and I haven't. I could just switch my character. Oh, and now I can just hold right click and it even auto locks. I don't even have to aim. It auto locks on for me and deletes his 2,000 hours of practice. I'm a Sombra player. Yippee! Sombra is a low skill counter to high skill heroes. That's the problem with Sombra. Is all the Tracers, the Tracer, to be fair, shouldn't be getting hacked. That's a skill problem, to be fair. But like Tracer, Lucio, all the high skill characters get hard countered by a low skill character. That's a problem. That's like really, really bad. And the fact that it's point and click is pathetic. I've been a big advocate, like Sombra's hack just can't exist in the way that it does in a competitive format. And I love Overwatch, but I hate Sombra. Sombra's hack should be a skill shot. I don't even like makes me happy. That's, and like Widow has its own, but like Widow's top. I'm yeah, that's fair. Like,
So happy that you still stream when I'm out of work.
dude, what's up, man? What's up, Maywin?
Thanks you for your daily good vibes.
Much love. I'm all, dude. Much love to you, man. Much love to you, Maywin. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the 3 months of subs. Sombra hack should work like Anna's sleep dart. And dude, fuck it. Make her hack last 1 minute. I don't care. Just make it a skill shot. Like that's buff her hack to the moon. I don't care. Make that, you know what? Just make the hack insta kill you. I don't, fuck it. Who cares? I don't care. But please, dear God, make it a skill shot. Make it a skill shot and make it like a 12-second cool, like a high cooldown and a skill shot. I hate that. Why is hack a lock on trace? Like it's insane. That to me, it makes no sense. It's just not fun. Sombra's never really been broken, but Sombra's just incredibly unfun and incredibly uncompetitive. It's kind of like Sombra's kind of like Arena Trap Doug Trio, to put into Pokemon terms. That's actually exactly what it is. Sombra is the Arena Trap Doug Trio of Overwatch. It's like it can be outplayed and it can be like beaten, but it's gonna get what it's gonna get a Pokemon, you know, it's gonna get what's gonna get. Competitors should take care of their personal feelings about the gameplay's actions and results that do not influence or way they treat their opponent. But doesn't, I don't know. I just don't think it's enough still, but I get it. Yo, the fastest. Thank you for the concussions. Thank you. Thank you, the fastest. What's up, guys? How are we doing? Thank you for the head pads, bro. What's up? What's up? Thank you so much, fellas. How are we doing? We're almost over our sickness. What's up? We're doing our trainer rerun. Oh, very exciting. Trainer rerun. I got burned. Fuck. Streamer concussed now. I've to my knowledge, never had a concussion. I broke a ton of I broken both my wrists multiple times, broken and sprained both my ankles multiple times, broke my collarbone. That was the worst break I ever had. Broke my arms, my left arm, especially. I don't know if I ever broke my right arm. Never broken my leg. Never, what else? Broken many fingers and toes. Never had a concussion somehow. Or at least never diagnosed. Giga Chad. Chat, we're cooked. That is true. We gotta roll with the punches, zoned. Blink. It was mostly when I was younger. When I was younger, I broke a lot of things. I was just very I was very reckless. It was really all. It was like all playing sports. I was very injury prone. Like, if I had the when I was like 12 years old, if the option was break your arm to catch this football to score the game-winning touchdown in a backyard game of like 2v2 football, I'm breaking my arm every time. You know, like that. I think I just had no. I had no preservation of my body at all when I was younger playing sports, and I would just do anything to win. Yeah, hurling my body. Yeah, based. This is the worst trainer run ever, but at least we're having fun. Poggies. Yeah, Giga Chad, Waz. Yeah, exactly. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, exactly. It's just based. How many orbs you got? I know how. I started with 9. I think I maybe got 1 so far. Do I have Defog on me? I'm gonna go grab a Defogmon really quick. Okay. My clicks are so slow. I'm playing PokeMMO at the same speed that I've been playing Overwatch at recently, bro. I'm so slow. I'm gonna blame it on being sick. Smiley face. Easy blame. Easy scapegoat. I'm complete. Yo, congrats, Taxed. Defog Ocarina. That's a crazy Ocarina to buy, man. On the Iron, the limited RP. Heck that, brother. Who's up pondering their orb? Probably literally every single soul in my chat. Articuno can learn Defog. Wait, you're based? That's smart. I'll definitely not remember that, but thank you. I should. Well, let's see. I should. I can remember that. I believe it. I believe in myself. I think I've gotten 1 orb so far, which is honestly like better than no orbs. I'll make you remember. Thank you. Run me after the run. This is probably my worst trainer run ever, but that's okay. A bad trainer run is still good progress. Smiley face. I was not very locked in. Alert combo. Okay, alert combo. Dude, you guys don't take advantage. You can do more emote combos. Don't get abused enough, TBH. I'll say it, man. Nobody's abusing emote combos enough. Okay, there. Okay, I see. Okay, wait. Okay, I remember Ramel here. You know what? I'll go ahead and do it now, actually, so we can. Here you go, Ramel. I got you. Over Haze. I want to keep Sheertold for the bit, because I find that funny. There you go, gamer. Hello? Wait, why couldn't I fight them? Hello? That was weird. That's one on Arcuno. Oh, good point, Waz. Good point. Good point. Good call. 23 alerts. Not bad. I learned. I'm a slow learner, but I got there eventually. Bullet punch. What a nerd. Go out here punching the bullets. We have on mine at least. Pico F, a little Pico F, tiny F, baby F. The smallest F possible. We take those. That's fine. Yeah, dude, I love Unova, but I understand the complaint. The complaint of like Unova has too much. Am I dead off that? Okay, I lived. Unova having too much dialogue is equal to Hoenn having too much water, and it is true. Hoenn has too much water. I stand by that. Anybody who says different is wrong. Hoenn is too wet, brother. Too much water, man. There are a lot of, yeah, I really like Unova, but I get it. There are a lot of rival fights. There's like one, there's two, there's like one after every single, you have like three rivals in Unova. You have N, Bianca, and then the other fuck. What's his name? You literally have 3 rivals, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. It's almost wide guard. I just get annoyed by the constant, I don't care what the encounter is, but by the constant encounters. Sharon, yeah. Dude, counting it? Hell yeah, Altaria. Now that's the content we need, dude. As one in the water? I don't believe it. Even then though, like, it's still too much. The world, this is true for the Earth as well. The world should be, I'm a scientist, guys, hear me out. The world should be like 80% land, 20% water. We gotta start covering the water, chat. What do we think? What if we just start building? We should be destroying more wildlife. Anybody with me? I'm sorry. I'm joking. Man, a Costco would go really nice in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It should be 50-50. Like, it should be 80-20. Ideal society is 80% land, 20% water. Because I said so. Smiley face. Don't waste your roll trying to log out. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, Gallagher. That's brutal. They changed that, so now you can't log out anymore to reset runs, which sucks. Hoenn Water, Unova Yap, Kanto Caves, true. Sinnoh, Mount Coronet, Johto, Prairie Way. Johto has the bat tracking, which I find annoying. Third storyline after Kanto Unova, I'd probably go Hoenn. As much as I'm like memeing on Hoenn, probably Hoenn. I think Sinnoh and Johto are the 2 hardest ones to do. / most annoying. Or they get way hotter and drier. God damn, why we got actual fucking educated people in chat, dude? Shake my head. Okay, if that's the case, then we need more. I hate being hot and dry. So you know what? We actually need, now my opinion's totally reversed. The world should be 98% water, 2% land. Giga Chad. Now we're talking. You convinced me. Isn't the world, how much of the Earth is water? Isn't it like 90 something percent or a lot? 71%. Okay, I was close. I know it's a lot. 71% of the Earth's surface is water. 29% is land. 96.5% of the Earth's water is salt water. That's interesting. There's only 3% fresh water. Oceans, bruv. $70 something. You knew it, bro. I need to save the trees. Yes, but God, I love Costco. I'm joking. I'm joking here. Plant trees. What you doing? Don't build Costco's. Now that's the easiest. Rainforests are beautiful. That's the easiest shit ever. Trees in the city? Yuck. Who needs them? Designate acres and acres and acres for rainforest? Hell yeah, brother. Please do not take what I'm saying seriously. It's funny to like, I think it's funny to like take a position that like is very obvious and everyone should agree with, which is like, yeah, we need more trees, duh. It's kind of like, should we solve world hunger? Yeah, probably. It's funny to be like, nah, nope. It's just stupid. Relation town boys. So I didn't love Seattle for that. I love an Ewok. Okay, I do be building. I love the Ewok. Oh, I do love tree villages like that. That shit is beautiful. The Ewok villages inspire a lot of my Minecraft builds. I don't do a very good job at recreating, you know, but they inspire them for sure. They definitely inspire them. That's true. They don't look like them, but rainforest. No, Spud. I like the logic. Shut up, Spud. If we're putting trees in cities, then surely we can put Costco's in rainforest. I hate your logic, but I like it. But god damn it, shut up. Will do exist. Yeah, I know, Cody. It's one of the, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. My bad. No, you're good. It's good, baby. Sorry for speaking the truth. Spud be like based. Ever played the forest? Is literally in a rainforest. Okay, now we're in the duality. Wait. What if we have rainforests in the cities, but we build Costco's in the rainforest in the cities? Am I brain blasting or what? Am I onto something? Chat, let him cook. What is he cooking? This is a $1 billion idea right here. $1.50 glizzy in the rainforest, dude. You got spider monkeys hopping around. You're sitting there eating your chicken bake. Hump. Imagine the fucking like parrots and like anacondas trying to steal your slice of pizza. Let's be honest, your whole pizza. $50-50 on that business venture. Business venture is very funny. That is weird, isn't it, Zaltan? Why does Unova have the cut HM when only literally one spot needs it? I couldn't answer that. That is kind of funny. I don't know if that's true. I never fact checked that, so I have no idea. If that's true, it's very funny. I don't know, man. That's interesting. Why did they code that? Nintendo, what are you doing, bro? Let's switch the croc music up. How's the music volume been today? Is it fine for the most part? What music? Question mark. No, but seriously. Actually, though, no meme. It's only mandatory after the first arena for the Moon encounter and grunts fight. Yeah, that's so funny. You use cut really early on as well. That's interesting. You use cut really early on in Unova, but then never again. I would have thought it was like a late addition. That is really weird. Is there some, I don't know, that's weird. What music? Ha 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 ha. And now I go Costco. I haven't been Costco in a sec. That is a sick screenshot, Rumel. Everybody at Drudagon. Do. Yeah, dude, no, Sim, that's true, Sim. Like, what's your Zapdos named? I'm scared to check. Oh, it's okay. There you go. Little One Piece nerds. Someone named it that. The goat. slingshot fella. That's how you know you're losing it, Waz. Good luck to you, man. Good luck. Usopp the fucking brave. Usopp probably is my favorite character in One Piece, which is not good. Like he's like an underdog, I guess, which I like, but like, have you seen the live action? I have not seen live. I've seen like an episode or two. I've seen parts of it. My roommate was watching it like years ago. My roommate was watching it, and I liked the live action like more than the Pete Good. Yeah, but like it doesn't. The story and characters of One Piece are just not interesting to me. Sadly, I wish they were. Rainforest Casto, I'm interested. That's pretty good. The mountainous like range behind it. That's a good thing, I feel like. That's awesome. Good luck to you, Waz. That's a tough wait for that Pheno. A tough waiting game, dude. do. We have that catch event tomorrow. The catch event tomorrow is at 6 p.m. though. I'm trying to figure out like how my streaming schedule will work tomorrow. I might go live later tomorrow, fellas, if that's okay. We'll have to see. The event's at 6 p.m. So people are now just starting to use Articuno. Articuno is not the best icicle spearer, but people like usually Cloyster is because you know higher damage. But people are starting to use Articuno because you have a chance to get elemental orbs during your train rerun, which gives you extra Pokeyen, which is really relevant. You'll earn like an extra like 20 to 40k, which is a big deal because elemental orbs have a good price. Oh, fair, yeah. That's why people do it. It's a way for you to like have a chance at getting more elemental orbs. I have a video. If you Google catch events, I can link it to you as well, Kruger. You can go catch events explained. PokeMMO. This shows you how to submit and everything. It's shut up, Video Patrouski. Cringe. So nice for that, yeah. What's up, Rayquaza? Happy to see you. What's up, gamer? How you doing, man? Yeah, there's that. Probably do like one more trainer, maybe two. Do. I think I've just got to do this a bit. Yeah, we're getting our Pokeyen stack up, boys. I've just been so broke recently. On the Zapdos. So this Zapdos is not a good example of what moves you should run on Zapdos. This is a PvP Zapdos for the most part, except for this. Usually this is Rain Dance. This is my Rain team Zapdos for PvP. So like this moveset is not a good example. 84k, yeah. I'm trying to get my stack back. I'm broke still, but I'm trying to get my stack back up. How we launched last late stream. I usually do pretty late streams for each event. Like usually for all, so like probably Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year didn't it start like at 11 a.m. I think it once might start early actually. When called Zapdos, dude, there's just so much to do in the game, Smokey. Like it makes total sense to me why you wouldn't get to that. You know, like there's just so much to do in PokeMMO, man. Which is a beautiful thing. Do you want it for a PVM or like what do you want it for, Ken Whiffy? PVM or PvP? PVM, you probably do go like discharge, and like where do you plan to use it? If you're gonna use it in rain, If you're going to use it in rain, you probably do this moveset. If you're not going to use it in rain, you probably do Discharge, Thunderbolt. You might still go Hurricane and just risk the missing because it's just really important to have that stab flying move. Then the fourth move would be different. You would go like Roost potentially. Or Tailwind maybe. There's a lot of options. All right. All right, there is our trainer rerun done. Our Pokeyen stack is climbing from today, man, up to 1.5 mil. I think we're at that point on the account. It hurts me to say, but doing our trainer rerun and our gym rerun every day, it sucks to have to do both, but I think it's super, super powerful and super important for where we're currently at and the problems we're trying to currently solve. We did, I think, get one elemental orb. Wait, we got 3 elemental orbs in that hour. What? I thought we got 1. Wow. And I didn't even do a good trainer rerun. If I was a main account, that would have been like a 260k trainer rerun, like a 280k. That's at profit. That's crazy. Wow. I didn't that's really good for the iron, dude. Those will go towards stats on the Zap, which is still 5 defense. You know, the Zapdos, all my legendary mons still need to be fixed. So starting to do my trainer runs with this is going to help me slowly work out those legendaries. I'm really nature herbs, elemental orb farming. I've really been making more and more progress towards those my legendaries being usable on the Iron Man account, which is really cool to see, dude. Dude, that was crazy, man. Wow. I have a bunch of nature herbs over here. That was nuts, man. Holy guacamole. Okay. More than 2? That was impressive. Yeah, how we had Twitch Gamba on that. Thank you so much for doing that, Twitch Gamba, Ruben. That's a fun one. Yeah, we gotta bring back Gambas, chat. Maybe like Gambas for the Jimmy runs is how we make it like more engaging and more. It's, you know, Jimmy runs are, I get it. Jimmy runs are, they're, you know, they are what they are. No, it means neither's out then. You cannot buy and you cannot sell. Neither, man. The only way you can make Pokeyen on an Iron Man account is pure yen. Trainer runs, payday pickup, Jimmy runs. Cannot buy or trade or use the GTL at all. I don't know if I do Gallagher. The way you as a main account, you just buy nature herbs. As a main account, you should always just buy nature herbs. Don't worry about trying to go get them yourself. The way you do get nature herbs is by farming Graciduas, and you have a chance for them to randomly give you random nature herbs. Oof. But alrighty, fellas, I think that's where the Tuesday stream is going to go ahead and come to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Hope you found something out or were entertained on your second monitor while you grinded PokeMMO. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal and thumb donations do really allow me to be here. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I will see you tomorrow for the Wednesday stream. And there's a catch event tomorrow as well. I'll see you guys then. But for now, peace Reno, fellas. All right, see you guys. I'm gonna let I have a doctor's appointment in 30 minutes with the voice rest. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, man. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for hanging. We can go raid someone on Twitch if we go spread some love, spam some smiley faces. Woof. I'll see you guys then, okay? For now, peace Reno, guys.